This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Damn, Purr did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's your boy KingzNDreamz. Thank you all for rocking out with me this special Saturday night. Man, I really appreciate y'all, man. I hope everybody's weekend is going well, man. For real, man. We got a special one tonight, man. But before we get into that, man, a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to my channel specifically, right? So I did a live, impromptu live earlier last week, well, this past week, and I talked about how I'm going to be putting out content, live stream content daily, effective this upcoming Monday. So moving forward throughout the rest of 2024, going into 2025, I will be live every day. Some will be short form, some will be long form, but you will be seeing your boy every day. I'm definitely committed to to this channel, committed to everyone that watches me. And I know there's some people, who are supporters of my guests. So, and people who support me, make sure you support my guests, so on and so forth, right? We all build it, man. So I'm really excited to get this thing going, man. YouTube, I love it. And I'm going to keep on pushing. We're going to keep on grinding. With all that being said, you know the topic. You know the conversation's about to go on, man. A friend of mine and a friend of the channel, man. My man, Big Boss, Real Talk, is in the building. I want to get this conversation going, man, because this is my guy. For real, man. Big Boss is in the building. What's up, Big Boss?
Oh, man. Not the boss. Biggity, yes, iggity with the sauce. How you guys doing tonight? What's up, Kings?
What's going on, brother, man? Friend, like I said, friend of mine, friend of the channel. It's been a little bit before we caught up, man. You know what I mean? Because I know you busy, I'm busy, but we here now. So very excited to have this conversation. And for all of y'all who don't know, we're dual streaming. So we're streaming on my channel and Big Boss channel. So for my moderators and Big Boss moderators, please do a solid. Please promote his channel, my channel, whatever. Everybody subscribe, because this is going to be great content, a great conversation that my dude and I, we're going to have together, man. So I appreciate you taking the time, man. So salute to you, brother.
Salute to the king, a boss and a king once again. Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Man, and you got the Big Boss mug.
Always big boss.
I love that, man. That's excellent promo right there. Excellent promo, man. Well, yes, first question. So for those of you who haven't seen you on my channel in a little while, quick synopsis about you and your travels to Southeast Asia, specifically to Thailand. Just kind of give the quick synopsis, how long you've been there, how many times you've been there, and is this your third or fourth time? I think this is your fourth, I believe.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on your channel. I'm going to start by saying this. Congratulations to you for hitting over 3K. I still have not bust that myself. And I remember I was helping you on your channel. You came on my channel when you didn't even have 500 subs. And you was working on that 500 subs to get the community tab.
Yep.
And now look at you. You're doing big things. Even now, the way you got this panel laid out with the separated panel and that big lion in the middle, that's dope. That's good production. So congratulations to you on your channel, and congratulations on your next phase if you're going live every single day starting Monday. Hopefully your channel going to get to 10K and beyond. So congratulations.
Thank you, man. I wouldn't have done it without you, because you were definitely one of the pillars that really helped push, especially me in this travel space and manosphere, however people want to frame it. But you were definitely instrumental in that regard. So I'm gonna always hold you down. So you're definitely my dude.
That's right. So now, with the pleasantries out the way, I think we gave each other our flowers. To answer your question, Southeast Asia, Thailand specifically.
Yeah.
I just got back recently, about a month ago. Well, August, right? So
Yeah.
barely 2 months. Just got back from in August. That made trip number 6.
Oh, snap.
6. Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it was going to be a while before I went back after my 5th trip, which was last year, 2023, for Songkran. Songkran is always like in April, and that's where they have the water festival, splashing with water, which is crazy. Every April in Thailand. So I did Songkran 2023 in April, and I thought that was going to be it for a while. Because I said when I go back, I want to try to do a Southeast Asia tour, right? I want to do Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, if possible. But what happened was in August, it was my brother's birthday, my real life brother. His YouTube handle is Madman08. He had just got his passport for the first time, and he really wanted to take a trip. And so I tried to push him to go to DR Sasua, Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go to DR Sasua. And I'm like, Negro, you haven't been nowhere yet. This is your first trip. You got to crawl before you walk, right?
Right.
And he told his big brother, me, he said, you know what? I've been looking on YouTube, damn YouTube, and I seen all those chicks. I see how they look like with the big booties and whatever they got going on. But he said to me, those DR Sasua chicks look ghetto and ratchet, kind of like Oakland, like where we're from. And he said, for my first trip, I want to go somewhere exotic and different. I've never been. I want to go to Thailand. What could I say?
Oh, he said he want to go right to the lines then.
Right. On his first trip.
Hey, you remember that movie American Gangster, right? I don't know if you remember that part in American Gangster where Denzel say, I don't want to go like to where you get it at. I want to go to where they make it at. I want to go.
I remember that part.
Yeah, they got lions and snakes and all that. He said, I don't care. I want to go there. I want to go where you at.
Man. That's my brother. American Gangster. That's my brother. He said he didn't want to do it. I tried to push him because it would have been cheaper for me, right? From here, from California, Oakland Bay Area, California, to DR would have been quicker and cheaper than an Asia flight. But he wanted to go. And, he came out of a long marriage, like a 14-year marriage, kind of bad divorce. He talked about it on my channel.
Okay.
And he really needed this one. So, I said, man. So I kind of reluctantly, right? He twisted my arm, went back to Thailand. His number 1 trip, that made trip number 6. So squeezed in another Thailand trip. And it was great, just like the other ones. And this one was one of the better ones because I went with my real life blood brother who gets a chance to travel with their real brother. So I did Thailand 6 times. My first time was in 2019, believe it or not. 2019, right before the pandemic. I went November-ish, which is high season. For Thailand, towards the end of the year, anything after September, October, at the end of the year is high season. So I went in high season, November 2019. For my first time, it was lit, and I went back now 6 times to Thailand.
Okay, so just kind of explain what does high season mean for people who may not have, because we do have some people who live vicariously, right, and maybe who have not traveled. What does high season mean?
Well, what high season means traditionally in most of these travel spots, especially hot spots, it is when there's more tourists, right? It's an increased tourist, more tourists are in town, more guys from America and all over, and from Europe. So since it's more guys in town, a lot of times these countries are very active, right? And over the years, You know, they pretty much react. When more tourists are in town, more girls are in town, right?
Okay.
So from a lot of these type of hotspot type places we go, the cities that are the hotspot, whether red light, a lot of the girls normally don't live in that particular city. They live in surrounding villages and towns and cities. And they either, you know, they bus into the little party city, you know, to facilitate all the newcomers, the guys. So in high season, when a lot of tourists come, then a lot of girls from around the cities, they also come.
Okay.
Then the businesses get in on it. The unfortunate part of high season, since there's more people, hotel prices go up, right? And things of that. Yeah. So it's a mixed bag. It is increased prices all around, increased prices for some of the activities, for the fun, for the hotels, but it's more lit because there's more people. It's way more people. It's tons of people. It's loads of people. And then so when the more guys come, the more girls come, businesses expand, but prices go up. That's high season.
Okay. All right. So in a nutshell, it's basically like your inflation season, as you mentioned, hotels, Airbnbs, woman looking to, hang out, date, right, exactly. Oh yeah, we go get into it. We go get into it. This is Saturday.
Oh man.
So, yeah, this is Saturday night. So I'm gonna rip the band-aid off and I'm gonna talk my shit. So I'm ripping it off. It's all good. We go talk. We go talk. So yeah, I feel you, man. Okay, so now just kind of going back a little bit. Your first time was in 2019. Now, coming after the pandemic, so you 5 other times, what was things that you've noticed from before the pandemic and after the pandemic, or has everything kind of went back into normal form, if you will?
That's a very good question. For the most part, everything is kind of the same. The main difference I see, believe it or not, is basically prices across the board has just went up. And I noticed that we're talking specifically about Thailand, Southeast Asia, right. But I will also throw in most of the PassportBros hotspots, the big 3, 4, or 5, how many you want to count?
Right.
Pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, after the pandemic, prices pretty much just went up. Yeah. Like global inflation. So that's the biggest thing I see, to be honest. From when I first went in 2019 before the pandemic to my very last trip a few months ago, everything is pretty much the same, other than the prices just went up in general.
Okay.
It's about the same. And I noticed some of the attitudes, we're going to get into it. Okay. Some of the attitudes of the ladies, we're talking working girls, the ladies, the women of the night. Some of the attitudes have become a little bit more westernized, Americanized. So we're talking 5 years. So that is a little bit of length of time, even though it goes so fast, right, King? These years fly by.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it, right? Because it's been we're in year 4, right? Since the whole thing that happened in March of 2020.
And I remember that like yesterday.
Right. It doesn't seem like it was really like that long ago.
Like a year or two.
Yeah, 4 years doesn't seem that long. 4 years doesn't, like I really think about it and I'm like, man, this thing maybe happened 6-7 months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy that it's been 5 years though, since 2019 to now 2024, and we're on the back end of 2024 going into 2025.
Hello. Exactly. Absolutely. We're not getting no younger. So I would have to say reluctantly 5 years or so, you can expect price increases, inflation on certain things, right?
Okay.
And I wish the prices would stay the same forever, right?
Right.
So that's the biggest thing. There's no real revolution per se from 2019 to 2024. More businesses had opened up. There's a few more spots out there, but for the most part, it's business as usual. It's just as fun. But I noticed the prices that went up, or just across the board, the prices that went up, and some of the attitudes of the working ladies, some of the attitudes of the girls and women, has got a little bit more Americanized, unfortunately.
Okay, so you mentioned with the businesses, before we get to the ladies, so do you think that with people relocating to different places, and I don't want to, like, I want to focus specifically on Thailand. So with people moving out to Thailand and people opening up different businesses, people coming from the United States, Canada, UK, different parts of Western Europe, Australia, so on and so forth. So basically, people from the West, right, opening
Right.
up different businesses. Do you think that that has played a part in the inflation as far as with the business, like with the businesses? Because, like, all right, so I'm assuming in 2019, when you got your hotel or Airbnb, it's probably, I don't want to say double, but maybe it might have jumped up maybe 20, 25% now in 2024 going into 2025.
Yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, I should count my pennies a little better. I don't know exactly. I pretty much stay at the same. Funny, every time I went to Thailand, now all 6 times, I stayed in the exact same hotel. I'm a creature of habit.
Okay,
and so and so from what I can imagine, I don't feel that that price of that particular hotel went up a lot. If it did, it's kind of unnoticeable to me, right? When I book these things months in advance, I just pay it, right? So it wasn't a noticeable jump for the hotel that I stay at. But I can pretty much guarantee that Airbnbs, right, ran by regular people for the most part, prices go up, whereas hotels might be a little more stable. But to answer your question, you said, so yeah, there have been a lot of Western foreign, guys opening up bars and opening up businesses in Thailand. And so you got to figure, if a Westerner is going to open a business, his main customer, he's going to try to appease other Westerners, right? No offense, a lot of the locals are not going to have the money to really facilitate, what business they're opening up, right? Because a lot of times their currency is pennies on the dollar compared to Americans. So if you want to make some money, you got to do like the local businesses do. They try to cater to us, to the foreigners with the money. So if you're a foreigner, you definitely want to cater to other foreigners. So if that's the case, you would have almost Westernish type prices. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Big bank, take little bank. Big bank, take little bank. So, that exactly. One of the things that I did hear, and I want you to speak to it. So, a couple of people who I've spoken to about Thailand, they've said that like the food portions prior pandemic have gotten smaller, and that the food has been a little more expensive, but the food portions have gotten significantly smaller. So, have you noticed that?
That's interesting. Not really, but to be honest, I'm a cheap traveler, bro. So even in Thailand, 80% of my diet, my food in Thailand comes from street vendors and good old 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven in Thailand is the truth, man. You can have a complete meal from 7-Eleven in Thailand. It's going to be frozen and you microwave it out. So, and I only go to the restaurants very sparingly. I do, right? But very sparingly in Thailand per se. And so to answer your question, blah, 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 I haven't quite noticed. I don't notice. I guess I don't notice a lot of stuff. And you can tell I'm a foodie. I eat a lot. I'm a big guy. I eat a lot. I want to order. When I really want to order stuff, I order 2 entrees, like, 2 main dishes and 2 entrees and 2 sides. I order what I order. I order a lot of food. I would say the portions wasn't never that big to begin with for me. So I don't know.
Okay.
For people who count pennies like that and say portions got smaller, I kind of don't notice it. I wouldn't say they didn't, but I don't notice that. And for the most part, when I'm especially in Thailand, when I'm in Thailand, man, I'm boots on the ground. I am running and gunning. I'm saving my energy for the you know what. And I'm eating at the street vendors. I'm eating at 7-Eleven food. And I'm chugging it down and I'm going, bro. I'm running. So to rack my brain and say, when I went to the restaurant, I noticed the portion was smaller. I don't know. I'm not that guy. maybe not.
I got you. All right. So
focus, right? Focus on the real deal.
No worries. So we're 25 minutes past the hour. So when we get to the 30-minute mark, I see a lot of people in here. I got a couple of super chats that I do want to read. So when we get to the 30-minute mark, I will definitely read you guys the super chats and comments. But my next question is, so coming from the West Coast, where it's typically dry heat, right? And then going to Southeast Asia where you got humidity galore. How were you able to adjust? And then also with your brother being the first time traveler going all the way out there, how were you able to help him adjust? That's a two-part question.
Two-part question. You hit me with some real good questions that, you know what, to be honest, that I don't quite think about at the time of, right? Mm-hmm. The whole thing about adjusting is you adjust on the fly, you keep it running and gunning. So I'm almost similar to the noticing the food portions getting smaller. I kind of don't notice. So
right.
Say, how do I adjust? You know, I just do. But I can't say that, you know, you haven't been, I have 6 times now. It is hot. And so it makes me think of like, when I was a kid, I used to look at those Vietnam War movies. And even though it's Vietnam and they're in the jungle, it seemed like it was always hot and sweaty. I'm like, okay, well, how is it like hot in the jungle in Vietnam? You know, Vietnam and Thailand are very close to each other in that whole region. And so, yes, it gets very hot in Thailand, like very hot. And you say, how do you adjust? Damn, you know, when you're out there, you just wearing tank tops, you're wearing light clothes, you're carrying water around, you normally carry a towel, you just deal with it, man. So my brother, he had to deal with it for the first time. Like I said, this was his first time going anywhere. Yeah. And you know, we just had to buckle down to deal with it. So, you know, a lot of these questions you ask, I get it. Because you haven't been, and so it's like a 1,000,001 questions. What about this? What about that? Right. So, like I tell a lot of people, you have to book and you have to go find out and deal with it. So you ask, how did you adjust to the heat? I just did, man. I just did. You know? Our bodies are beautifully made and designed, man. Oh, man. But there's things to do, you know, make sure you hydrate, carry some water around with you if you can. That's one thing my brother did. For my brother, he does this already here in Cali. Yeah. And he actually kept it up overseas. I was quite impressed. He carries around the plastic bottles of water, like normally frozen like ice, like blocks of ice in the beginning. Yeah. And then they milk throughout the day. He does that here all the time. And I'm surprised he pretty much kept that up overseas. Believe it or not. He'll go to 7-Eleven again. He'll go to 7-Eleven and get a bunch of the bottled waters. And then in his freezer in the hotel, he'll stick them in the freezer, not the refrigerator, the freezer. Yeah. Freeze them like blocks of ice. And then when we go out, like bruh man or something. I said, really? You're doing that over here too? Man, you know me, you gotta hydrate. So it's just the way to do it, man. Pretty much. That's my brother. Like for the 5th floor, he tried to get the sandwich. That's my brother with bottles of water, man. For real.
Yeah, man. It's always good to stay hydrated, man. It's always good to stay hydrated because you know, really quickly, when I first went to Vegas. And I didn't realize how hot it was. Like when I was outside, it was actually had to be maybe like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was probably about like 111 degrees. Now it was hot, but it was dry heat. So me being Jamaican and then also from the East Coast, we're used to humidity. So that dry heat, like it was hot, but it was bearable. You know what I mean? So it wasn't unbearable. So that's why I asked you about that.
Right.
I was just kind of curious, and I'm glad that your brother had the blocks of ice.
Blocks of ice.
Yeah,
Shout out to Madman 08 and those blocks of ice, damn it.
Absolutely, man. So we do got some super chats and some people in the chat, so I definitely want to highlight them, and then I'm gonna get to the next segment here. Shout out to Miss Polly Powright in the building. So she says, hello, gentlemen. Time to learn something new. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to QB Passport Flexing for the 100 Mexican dollar peso. So QB is in Mexico right now. Salute from Mexicali, getting that dental work done. Productive day. Absolutely, man. Yeah, guys. And even me, man, I definitely gonna be doing some dental work coming in the top of 2025, man. So guys, if you got some dental work that needs to be done, make sure that you guys take care of that, man. It's important. Garden Scientist says salute KingzNDreamz. Definitely salute to you. All right. So we got just Rosh. I'm not sure if I said that right. Let's get the show started. But first, my popcorn is in the microwave. Definitely salute. Jamie's is in the building. 2 lives back to back. Oh, were you live before this? Oh, man.
Yeah, I was live. Yeah, shout out to GMT Travels, Get Money Travels. We was live a few hours ago.
Oh, Gooch! Shout out to Gooch, man. That's my dude, man. Yeah, I did a live with him. I did a live with him a couple of months ago, man. Yeah, man, definitely a good dude. Oh man, double dose of the bossy boss. Absolutely, man. Moderators, do me a solid, please drop Big Boss's link here. Definitely make sure that you do subscribe to his channel. I can't pronounce that name. I can't.
Magaheim.
I'm not sure, man. But salute. I appreciate you. Razor Rays is in the building. Definitely.
Razor Rays in this corner. Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Prices are higher too.
Yeah. It says prices are higher. Shout out to my man Jay Shorter. He's out there in Medellin right now. That's my dude. Genji just got back from Bangkok and Pattaya. Had a blast. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go. I'm gonna get some more questions going. We gonna get this thing going. Boss and Kings in the building. Appreciate you.
Boss and the king and the boss.
Jason Finch, you should go to Soy 6.
He always says that. Shout out to Jason Finch. He's a friendly troll. On my channel, that's his only comment that he was spam the whole time. Shout out to Jason Finch. You know, the thing is, he was doing that on my stream before I went to Thailand the 6th time. Yeah. And then when I did a live stream. I did a quick mobile live stream on Soy 6 from a girly bar. Yeah. Guess who showed up on that mobile live stream?
Oh.
And you know what he said?
You should go to Soy 6.
And I was in Soy 6 on the screen.
You're like, bro, I'm already there.
I was literally there. Shout out to Jason Finch, a friendly troll.
Oh, man. It's just world inflation at 20% in the retail sector. Okay, got it. Many of the hotels haven't gone up too much.
Yeah.
Right. 7-Eleven is on steroids in Thailand. Okay. So let's kind of hone in on that one. Well, what do they mean by, what does that mean? So I guess compared to the average 7-Eleven, in Oakland or in the States.
In the States. Well, first of all, an average 7-Eleven in Thailand is basically packed like a mini mart, like a grocery mart almost. So whereas where you would have a 7-Eleven here in the States, we'll have a lot of stuff, but it's not compared to a 7-Eleven in Thailand. 7-Eleven in Thailand, like I said, it's almost like a mini mart.
Yeah.
And they have everything in there. And no matter how big the actual store is, right, because none of them are really too big per se, but they'll have that thing packed to the max with everything, and everything is super cheap. And 7-Elevens are everywhere in Thailand. There are literally, I had counted one time, It was like on every 2 or 3 blocks was a 7-Eleven. It's like for no reason.
Really?
Yeah. It's like no reason. You take a few steps, it's another 7-Eleven. And I said, wow, the 7-Eleven like conquered this country, right? You know?
Yeah. It's almost like you know, for what it sounds like. So like
more than the Starbucks here.
Yeah.
More than the Starbucks and the McDonald's. Starbucks and McDonald's put together, more than that in Thailand is 7-Eleven.
Gotcha. So it almost seems like the 7-Eleven is almost like a bigger we call it like the bodega or the poppy store, whatever, for all my New Yorkers, you know what I mean? Because like there's always like a corner store like in the hood, like every 2 blocks or so, you know what I mean?
Every 2 blocks. Well, okay, yeah. You know what? That's about right. I'm like, the 7-Eleven, are they part of the government, the Thai government or something? I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, if they're part of the government, did they take over Thailand? I'm like, damn. Was that in the treaty when they took over Thailand? Thou should put a 7-Eleven every 10 feet. It's that crazy. If you ever go, you will see. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to go. So Flyboy and I, we're talking behind the scenes of when exactly we're gonna go. But Flyboy and I will definitely be out in Thailand. That's for sure. And I think it's it's 2025, but I don't know when. Shout out to Odub 504 says the boss and KingzNDreamz. Salute, fellas. Definitely appreciate you. Let me run down these last few because I want to get to the next segment here of talking with Big Boss. Food portions, I think, were good. I had no issues. Okay. Ron Saluki. I did that when I was deployed in the Middle East with the water. Oh, okay. Like packing them up. Okay.
Packing them up, freezing them, blocks.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
That's what's up. Smart man.
Yep. Hit soy 62. 7-Eleven got everything. Everything. And they're everywhere. They're always watching. All right. Some of the girls on soy 6 had bad attitudes, like Boss stated. Okay. Perfect segue.
It's starting to change, King. It's starting to change.
Perfect segue. Because that's where I was actually about to go to. So you mentioned that some of the ladies there have more of a westernized mentality. So kind of, expound on that. What do you mean that they've had like a Western mentality? Do you mean like entitlement, attitude, kind of just like not really, they've lost their femininity? Get into it.
All right. Yeah. So when I say Western attitude, pretty much all of the above what you said.
Right.
A lot of it comes from entitlement and like being extra choosy, right? Where I would say like, so first of all, some of their pricing will go up, and then they would be like a little more choosy to the point whereas, hey, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. In some of these type places, especially if it's a P for P area type, right? The woman pretty much goes with you for the money, the set apart money or whatever.
Yeah.
But with some of these westernized attitudes, some of the women are actually being more choosy, more picky, more selective, even with the P for P. Now, I really personally don't have the problem when it comes to that. But some of these women would be like, well, you're overweight or you're this, you're not tall. I said, wait a minute, what part of the game is this? Am I hearing this correctly? Is this coming from you? And this is mostly a paid situation, and to the point where some of them will actually turn you down now. Where that would almost be yeah, they would turn you down if they don't like you per se. If you don't have a certain type of swag, they said they're getting very Americanized. They're getting kind of spoiled. They're getting spoiled and Americanized, maybe from listening to our music or watching our content. I don't know. So yes, more entitled, expecting more money, being more picky, more selective, having attitude. So it's to the point where it wasn't quite like that 5 years ago before a lot of more American brothers start going. So it begs the question: is Thailand, especially Pattaya, is it slowly turning into Sasua? Is it slowly turning into Sasua? And so for guys who want to wait forever, like you, and shout out to Starboy, and say, I'll go to Thailand in 2027.
Flyboy.
By 2030, I'll go one of these days. It's on the bucket list. All these places don't stay the same. All these places don't stay the same. And you can wait too long for the place, and it won't be, you'll lose some of the luster. So thankfully, it's not like that with all the girls, but it's starting to be noticeable with some of the girls.
Yeah.
So where a while ago, you didn't even hear that with none of the girls. Yeah. You didn't hear that with none of the girls. Now you're seeing it with some of the girls.
Right.
So if you've been around the world in and you've been to places like Sasua and others, and you've seen how stuff changes, your mind can make the jump real fast. You can calculate and gauge. This is starting. It's at the beginning, but this is starting to go the way of Sasua.
Yeah.
This is the first 2 or 3 pegs. This is the very beginning of how Sasua fell.
Right.
And you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it at the very, very beginning stage. The very beginning, you're starting to see it. So for these guys that want to put it off and I'll go later, okay, it might be a different experience. And so maybe it's a blessing and a curse. It's a good or bad thing. Last year, 2023, when they brought Rolling Loud for the first time.
Yeah.
The Rolling Loud hip hop concert, along with when they had Thailand had legalized marijuana. They legalized weed last year. Mm-hmm. So it's at the same time they legalized weed, like Amsterdam, they legalized weed and brought Rolling Loud in. More brothers came. Mm-hmm. And so as more brothers, especially more younger hip-hop brothers come, more younger brothers come, traditionally it was the older crowd. And if you want to go back, it was a much older crowd. It was the military dudes, right? It was the military dudes. Then there's the retired dudes. Then, the old white retired dudes, old white, fat, big belly. Then some other brothers. Now you get a lot of young hip-hop brothers, a lot of young hip-hop brothers. The girls are just eating it up. And so now the girls are trying to be cool. They're trying to be on a different way. So now they want to act funny, and turn their nose in the air. So it's changing. It's changing. So don't wait forever putting it off and off and off. Book your flight and go.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because as far as like with the woman really choosing, I'm just I'm just kind of baffled, because like if a guy's doing P for P and he's paying to be with you and you tell him no, so that must mean like, man, that must mean like she must have a lot of guys on her helmet then.
That too. And so another thing, so it's never one thing, right? So sure. I have to caution it with that and put it in the context. It's never one thing by itself. It's normally a multitude of factors. The pandemic affected in many ways. When the pandemic shut down some of these countries, Thailand in particular, they were pretty crafty. It was an explosion of them. Even bars, like the lady bars, like actual bars, will have a YouTube channel, and they would have people send them CashApp donations or digital donations for the girls to drink and kind of flash as much as they could for YouTube, right? And right. And not even the bars, but even girls, freelancers. Basically, being a grown and adult, selling content, sending content to guys, X-rated content, OnlyFans type content to guys for $20, $30, $40. I send you some videos of my news and this and that. So what happened was that created its own little ecosystem of women making more money online than they did in real life, in person. So now when the restrictions are gone and everything is supposedly back to normal and guys are actually there, a lot of the women, they got a taste of the digital life. They said, well, I was making more money online than in real life. I got simps in Australia sending me hundreds of dollars. I got a simp in the UK sending me hundreds of dollars. I even got believe it or not, I got a simp or two in the US sending me a lot of money, and I don't have to do nothing but just smile on a video call or showing some nudes, remotely.
Right.
So that kind of messed up the game, believe it or not. I mean, for the real life players, the payers to players, mongers, whatnot. That put an impact into the game because that damn pandemic, global shutdown, it forced chicas around the world to get creative. And one of the things they did, one of the things they did, they digitally monetized themselves online to simps around the world. And a lot of these women got used to getting money online, so now they don't have to do too much in real life. And if they do something in real life, they want to do it. It's not like they have to do it, desperation, exploitation. They do it because they want to do it. So they look you up and down, said, no, I'm okay. I got this simp. I got this American simp sending me $500 electronically, so I don't need you. I have a sponsor. I have a sponsor in the UK just sent me 1,000 US, or euros. I don't need you. So you're starting to run into that, unfortunately.
Wow, that's interesting. So, how much do you put blame on the men, and how much blame do you put on the woman? So let's scale it out, right?
Yes, sir.
From 1 to 100, what's the percentage that you would put on blame on the men and then on the women?
70, 30, 80, 20 on the men. Good and bad, it comes from the man on most things, because for the most part, women do, and they can only do what men allow them to do and what men empower them to do. So I'm sorry if that sounds a way to some of the listeners, if that sounds sexist or whatever. That's just a reality. And you deal with humans on Earth. Men run the planet. So, but the thing is, men many times cave in to women, and they acquiesce to women, and they bow down to women. So the women can only do, for the most part, the women can only do what men allow them to get away with. So I put almost 80-20 of it on the men. For being weak, for being soft, and being simps. Because if all the men banded together and said, no, we're not going to do it. No, this is what it is. Too bad. You don't eat today. You starve. You go home with no money. No, I don't care. If many men did that, the woman they'll have to get their act right. So what could they do? Unless they come with a gun or a knife and rob you and physically take money out your pocket, they can't do that.
Right.
Most women can't overpower a man. So they only can do what the man allows them to. But many men, no matter how big and strong you are, many men are soft here and here. They're soft and they're weak. And they give in and they cave in because they're thirsty. They're thirsty for women. They're desperate for women. Sometimes it's a lot of it is psychological, maybe psychological from childhood, things they need to address. And they feel the need to have to get a woman's approval, and they have to simp. They need her approval because they're thirsty and desperate. So I'll put it on mostly the men. The men are simps. A lot of men are simps. So I'll put it on them because of course, a woman, she's going to want everything she can get. And I understand that, right? Duh. Yeah. Of course she would. She'd want $1 million if she could. What they say, a person in hell wants ice water. So of course she would. But it's on the man, it's on the onus of the man to say, no, this is what it is. That's it. That's all. Take it or leave it. Most men aren't built like that no more. They're too thirsty.
Absolutely. And I completely agree with you. I agree with like the 70-30, 80-20 sentiment, especially when you talk about how like the guys are thirsty and how they will acquiesce, right? And I would say that with the guys who are traveling over there, and probably like the woman is saying, no, I don't want to go with you, and then maybe they say, hey, you know what, I'll give you, this amount of money or whatever, right, you know what I mean? And so they say, well, okay, fine. And then the guy is saying like, oh, you're so beautiful and all of this other stuff, right? Yeah. And that's the thing, because when you give them the gun, so to speak, right? Like, it's not fun when a rabbit has the gun. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. If men stood 10 toes down and was like, no, we're not going to do this, right? Like, it's crazy. And I don't, and I don't want to go segue too far off, but there's this popular show on YouTube. It's a dating show called Pop the Balloon, and I'm sure you probably have heard about it, right?
I think I heard or seen 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 of those. Oh man.
So the thing is that like, when the men stand on business, when they talk about standards and things of that sort, the woman will call them sassy and try to beat them down into submission. But the woman will turn down a man and will say, oh, he's short, I don't like I don't like his hairstyle, right? And it's like, okay, like, you got 2 kids and you wear a hair hat, you got the weave on, but you don't like him, but he has his natural hair, right?
Hello.
I digress. But but what I'm saying is that when it comes to guys acquiescing, I completely agree with you on that 1,000%, because I think that that's one of the big problems that's starting to spread even in Thailand. Like, I was surprised that women would say, "Oh, you're too short," and it's like, well, what's the average height of a Thai woman?
Yep.
So now,
hello, I'm taller than you. I'm taller than you.
Right?
I seen that on a balloon show you talked about specifically more than once.
Yeah.
When a woman had said that, when she gave her reason for popping, she said short, and the guy actually retorted, "I'm taller than you. How tall do I have to be?" Right.
Right. Yeah. So
I'm eye to eye. I got you by a head.
Right. Because like, I don't imagine Thai women really being that tall. Like I think one of the few countries, and it's just because I've been exposed to these type of women, like Cambodian women. I've seen some tall Cambodian women, but like, I have not seen like a tall Thai woman. I have not seen a tall Thai woman. And I think the tallest I may have seen was like maybe 5'7" or 5'8". You know what I mean? So, right. I mean, obviously you've been there 6 times. So
6 times. And right. I have, but I hear what you're saying though. Yeah, on average. But yeah, they do have some tall ones. Believe it or not, I would say this. I'll throw this out there, not to cut off your tirade.
Oh, no. Go ahead, man.
For people who haven't went, believe it or not, there's all shapes and sizes. I had to see that for myself over my 5 and 6 times. They have, believe it or not, they have BBW Thai chicks, chubby, chunky. Of course, they have the little itty bitty stereotypical ones you think of.
Right.
They have thick ones. They have like stallion ones with hips and ass, bubble butt, all that. So believe it or not, they do. Now to see that, normally you have to like go there because I notice on the media, on most media, unless it's a specific guy or 2 or 3's YouTube channel, outside, God bless YouTube. Outside of YouTube, on classical media, they're only going to show a standard model of a Thai woman. And in most of these places, and I think about it, so I don't know if we want to get into conspiracy type thing, but on classic media, they pretty much only show one style of woman.
Yeah.
And that would have you think that's all it is, right? Until you go there, boots on the ground, and you're there for a few days, you're there for a week or 2, you're moving about. You say, wow, I never seen this on TV. I've never seen this. I mean, you walk up, are you Thai? Yeah, I'm Thai. You full Thai? Yeah, I'm full Thai. So I would just caution once you actually go boots on the ground, you're going to see a big variety, a big difference that you normally won't see on a narrow media. On media, they pretty much show you one classical stereotypical type. So they got BBW ties, big thick ties, of course the skinny ties. They got tall ones, short ones. They got Thai women who are a few shades light browner than me. Just a few light browner than me. Believe it, full tie. So to the point, I even asked her, do you have black? You got to have black in your family. Was your dad like a GI from back in the day? And was your granddad a GI? They say no, but maybe they was, and they just don't know. So once you go in country, and this is true for a lot of the places, right? Once you go physically in country, you're going to see a bigger variety than what you see on media.
Yeah, I would agree with that in reference to I'm a Colombia guy, and I don't want to get into that, but like I see a lot of people who look like you and I over there that they won't show on TV, right? You know what I mean? Like you'll see like Griselda, you'll see Narcos, and you'll see the people who look like that. And yes, you do have that, but you still have melanated people. So I understand your reference where you say like there's different, shades, height, sizes, and things of that sort. For me, I'm just a bit taken aback the fact that so a good portion of these women are short, and they're saying that they don't want a guy.
That's true also.
They're saying that you're short,
and that's also a true statement. A good portion, a majority portion, they're going to be short, they're going to be little, they're going to be thin or slender. So I guess it's a stereotype for a reason, right? It's a stereotype for a reason. That is a good portion, maybe even more than half, maybe 60%, not even 70, 80, but maybe 55, 60%. But that whole other 40 is some of everything else. Right. So, yes.
Yeah. Now on the flip side, so I saw a couple of videos where like guy was walking past, and I wish I would have found this video because I really wanted to show this video. But so anyway, in the video, the guy's walking past. It's like a lady bar, if you will, I guess. And so the woman is literally like, you ever see like a tug of war, like she's pulling the guy physically, like trying to pull the guy, and the guy is like pulling away from her, literally pulling away from her. So with the woman being that aggressive, loving the brothers, is that one of the things that you do like about Thailand?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I'll be lying if I wasn't. I probably didn't see that video, but there's dozens of videos like that.
Yeah.
And I seen that in real life, and it happened to me multiple times in real life, especially this last trip.
Yeah.
And a lot of times where you're going to see that the most is the infamous, what Jason Finch always say, soy 6. Soy 6, that's street, soy means street. That's soy 6 all the way down on both sides are bars or lady bars.
Yep.
Each bar can have anywhere from 10 to 30 women. And that's one bar. And it's like dozens of bars on each side. So we're talking hundreds and hundreds of women. So it's literally like you're walking down a gauntlet, and you will get stopped. They will grab you. They will grope your junk, grab your butt, grab your junk, grope you, tug you. If you're light enough, they'll try to pick you up. Crazy story.
Whoa, they'll try to pick you up?
Crazy story. On the first trip, 2019.
What the hell is this, WWE? What the fuck?
First story, 2019, Thailand, but not quite Pattaya yet, Bangkok, right? This is Bangkok, the big city, Bangkok. When you go to Thailand, you fly into Bangkok, and Bangkok is the big city. It's a turn up also, but a lot of guys like to go down to Pattaya. But we was in Bangkok, and so we went. I was with my buddy. Shout out to Rob Brazil. He took me to an area called Soy Cowboy in Bangkok, and even though this is Bangkok, nestled in the big city, they had like a few blocks that tried to mimic Pattaya walking street or Soy 6. So you go under the banner, it has a big cowboy hat, and it says Soy Cowboy. And on both sides of the street are bars, just like you would see in Pattaya. But this is in the middle of Bangkok. So anyway, we're walking down Soy Cowboy, all these girly bars. Man, these 4 girls came from one of the bars. They grabbed my buddy, Rob Brazil. A shout out to Rob Brazil. He is tall and slender. I say it like that. He's tall. He's a slender guy. They picked him up off his feet. I'm like, wow. I didn't help him right away because I was still in shock. They lifted him off his feet and they carried him. They was kidnapping him. Kings, they kidnapped my buddy and took him into the bar. So then I went into the bar to go rescue him. And yeah, that was the craziest thing I saw. That was on my very first trip. And we didn't even, and so funny, when he came out, he said, boss, we didn't even make it to Pattaya yet. This is just Bangkok. When we go to Pattaya tomorrow, you're going to see it's like this on steroids. And he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. So Thailand is just off the hook. It's off the chain. Fun, fun, fun. Thailand is basically a grown man's Disneyland. It's a grown man's Disneyland amusement park. Matter of fact, in Bangkok, one area, Nana Plaza, the signage of Nana Plaza under a big sign of like lips, like a mouth, it says adult playground. Bangkok adult playground. And that is so accurate. Thailand is basically an adult playground. But it says that on the signage, Nana Plaza adult playground. All of Thailand is like one big Disneyland for men. So it's a turn up. I know guys are like put off by the long flight, many hours. Some of the flights can be expensive. And then the next big thing is the stereotype. All the girls are skinny. And I know a lot of guys are put off by a thing called lady boys that are over there. And they are. But like I always say, if you're not looking for lady boys, they're not looking for you. That's about the best I could say it. You know, interesting, the hotel I stay at, and I even took a picture of it. I just had to. They have a sign. They have a signage. And after I saw this sign, I think it was like a year or two ago, I said, I'm going to continue to stay here. I'm going to be a lifelong customer. They had a big sign in the lobby. No lady boys allowed on premises unless by special permission, individual basis by management. I'm like, wow. Wow. I took a picture of that. I got it in my phone. I was like, look at that. No lady boys allowed on. And again, you know, for people to feel away, this is not America. You got to understand, right or wrong, if you agree or disagree or whatever. Yeah. Different countries have their own laws. Hello. Right. Every place is not America, and they don't have to have an American. Oh, that's so whatever. Hey, their country, their rules. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like it. Big old sign. No lady boys allowed. And then, you know, under asterisk, you know, I guess they'll make an exception unless specifically okay by management on individual basis. I said, wow, look at that. Yeah. I said, I'm a lifelong customer. Every time I come, I'm going to make sure I stay here. Right. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Wow. You said it. You said a lot, man. All right. So we are over the 1 hour mark. I do see a super chat, but before I get to that super chat, so I want to circle back to where you had mentioned like that if you're not looking for the lady boy, you know, they're not, you know what I mean? Like basically don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Right. Yes. And so, yeah. And so the feedback that I've gotten is like that they don't really approach people. You have to approach them. That's for the most part. Yes. And that goes, I'll go ahead and say it. Yeah. From my experience, 6 times. So I haven't been there once or twice. I've been there 6 times. Right, over 5 years. Yeah. I'm in groups with vets who live there now, who currently live there, people who go there all the time, and I've been there 6 times. Yeah. All of that together, the lady boys do not regularly approach straight men. And even that goes double if you're black. It's like, I say it here. It's almost like they know not to approach black men with that, right? Especially black American men.
Yeah.
They pretty much won't do it. So would I say they won't do it at all, like 0%? Maybe somewhere. I haven't seen it. Largely, they do not. But they are always around, right? I would say they're always around. They're always orbiting. They're pretty much always there. You can't get rid of them, right? They're pretty much in the background. They're always there orbiting. They would not approach you. They would not walk up to approach a straight man, double so if you're black. But they're out there for a reason. They do have their customers, and most of their customers happen to be white. And if they're not white, then there are other nationalities. Then they are the Indian dudes, the Pakistani Indian dudes.
Yeah.
They are the Arab dudes.
Oh,
there are some of the Russian dudes. The Australian dudes. Not even too many white Americans. And
Pakistani though?
Yeah, and almost no American blacks. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about it. But they are there. They are there. So you can't get away from it. I don't even want to say unfortunately, right? I got to watch my words. I don't want to say unfortunately. I almost did. They are a part of the culture. They're baked in. They're baked into the culture. They're always there. They're always around. Even the girls, the cute girls, the girls that you want to be with, they're normally going to have a lady boyfriend or two in their circle. And so you're just going to have to develop thick skin. They're like, okay, yeah, you over there. I'm with her. And whatever. They're always there.
Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah, I completely understand. You just gotta
have to, right?
Yeah, you just gotta move. You gotta move. Maneuver around it. I feel you
exactly. They're not going to be issued. They're not going to attack you. They're not going to approach you. But they're always there. If somebody is curious, hello, they're always there. but they're not going to come to you.
Yeah.
And the good thing I like is in their culture, right? They're proud of it, so they don't hide it. Even if whatever you got drunk, whatever, and you wasn't quite sure, they always tell you up front that they are a lady boy. So
yeah,
I think what it is, a lot of it here in America from the that community, that transgender community, especially back in the day, before it was accepted as much as it is now here in America. Mm-hmm. There was a thing where some of the trans people wouldn't tell you right away up front, right? I don't want you to, and so they would try to hide it and try to pass themselves off. And so even though here in America, for whatever reason, progressive or whatever is more acceptable, we still have that in the back of our mind that some of the trans people might try to trick us, and deceive us. We have that.
Yep.
Over there, the culture is totally different. It's very open and transparent. It's a Buddhist culture. It's very different. So over there, they purposely tell you. They want to tell you. There's no hiding. There's no trying to trick you. They would tell you themselves. So you don't have to worry about, she's going to try to trick me. No, she would tell you. And then before she tell you, again, all the other girls that circle around, the other girls would tell you. It's a lady boy. The other guys would tell you. And if worse come to worse, if you had a little too many drinks, if you get to your hotel would tell you. One good thing about Thailand, even if the person gets a full sex change, like snip, 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 that ID is always going to say male. They can't change the gender on the ID. They can't. Even up to including a full sex change and they're scientifically a woman, it's always going to say man on the ID. So and that's a good balance. I'm glad their government did that, right? Because you at least have something. And so even if all the other fell through, she didn't tell you, the friends didn't tell you, nobody else didn't tell you. When you get to your hotel, that's the last stop. That hotel front desk is going to tell you, especially when they turn their ID in, sir, you do know this is a what? Nah. But yeah, but the hotel I stay at, they don't even play that. They can't even come in there. Hello. So
Yeah.
you don't have to
There
worry
you
about
go.
that. That's what I'm saying.
That's good to know. So you have warning after warning after warning.
Warning after it's too many. If you end up in a room with one, it's
you meant
because
to be there. You meant to be there.
Man.
You meant to be there. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Now I wanted to get back to where your guy in Brazil. Sorry, I forgot his name. Something Brazil.
Rob Brazil. Shout out to
Rob Brazil. Sorry about that. Shout out to Rob Brazil. But so when like when he got,
they picked him up off his feet.
So now
I would never. That was my first trip in 2019. Yeah. I see that in my head right now. I would never forget that. Yeah. I see that now. That was crazy. Lifted him right up and carried him in like they kidnapped him.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because that's I can't believe like he got picked up. So now when he went in the bar and then you went in after him, like how long was he in the bar like before you was like, all right, let me go in there and see what's going on?
I waited like an hour or two. No.
Oh, I was like, damn.
I'm lying. It was all in fun. It was all in fun and jest and laughing. He was laughing as it was happening, and I was just kind of stuck. Now, within a minute or two, I went in like after a minute or two, and they had set him down. And then the same girls that picked him up, the girls were sitting around him, and even more girls were coming. And they invited me to sit down with them. And we just wasn't going to do that because we knew that's when the money was going to start coming out of our pockets with buying all kind of drinks for everybody.
Right.
So
right. Yeah.
I just, we laughed it all off and everything. And then I just kind of snatched them out of there and we got out of there. But it was all in fun. It was a lot of fun. It was all in fun. But yeah, when them four girls picked him up, took him in, about a minute or two later, I walked in. He was sitting down. The same girls that picked him up, the girls were sitting around him. More girls were coming. When I came in, they motioned for me to sit down with them and we can all start drinking. I said, no. He said, we'll be back. Of course, we never came back. And,
absolutely.
I grabbed him and we left.
Now, do the women get really upset when you turn them down?
That's a good question. Not really. Not really. I guess, that it's part of the game. They're used to it. It's a numbers game for them, Yeah. And so, hey, they like trapdoor spiders, they snatch whatever flies they can to come by. So, as long as you do it, respectfully and, playfully and laugh, and kind of play with them and whatever. Say, no, thank you, no, thank you. Say, please, oh, black man, big black man, oh, we want you. They stroke your ego, man. If you ever needed an ego boost, go to Thailand and go to Pattaya and go to Soy 6 specifically if you ever want an ego boost, man. They'll have you thinking you're a black Brad Pitt, But
but you can't. Yeah, but you can't be short and out of shape though.
most of the time you can. That's just recent, and it's only on some, and then especially on Soy 6 for the most part. Now that dynamic where where the girls start to get a little more choosy and specific and rejecting. That's still mostly going to come from freelancers, right?
Okay.
Not ones connected to bars for the most part.
Okay.
Even if they wanted to, this is it's going to sound how it sounds. But again, it's a different country. It's not our country. They own rules and laws. They working for that bar. They better make that bar some money. So they ain't got time to be playing them kind of games when you working for that bar.
I got you.
You work for that bar. You go out there and get that money. Even if he's not your type, he better be your type. Bring him in here so he can buy some drinks. And that's all I'm going to say. No, so what I'm talking about more so comes from the freelancer girls. Okay. The freelancers, they're out and about. And the freelancers, they stay at the clubs, especially the hip-hop clubs where the brothers go to, but all the clubs, the bars, the clubs, especially the hip-hop clubs, the girls, more than half of the girls in there are freelancers. They're working, and they're working for themselves. Yeah. They make their own prices. They do what they do. That's where you're going to start to run into that type of stuff. The freelance girls who work for themselves, the freelancers, some of them are starting to act funny like that.
Okay, I got you. So
not at the establishments. At the establishments, it kind of is what it is.
Okay, I got you. All right, let me read
the
some.
Bar must make money.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, because the bar must make money. Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. All right,
this is real talk, man. You got the right person on here. This is real talk. Oh,
absolutely, man. Hey, listen, man. You know, I want the real talk, man. No fluff, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get it right, man. Let me read some more of these comments, and then I'm gonna get to my next segment. So we're an hour and 15 minutes in. All right, so let's see. Oh, hold on. Yep, read that. But don't get it wrong. I get called out by many girls. It became a challenge of choosing some of them. Did a lot of goofies? Oh, they have a lot of goofies that go there too. I think that's what he meant to say. First time I went back in 1999, and I had to pick of the litter. The girls all came after me, so it is changing. Okay, well, yeah. Huge difference. Not many brothers there now in October. Okay. I'm gonna hold on to that question. I'm gonna ask about October. Actually, you know what? Let me ask you now. So in October, I know your birthday's in October.
Yeah.
So like, is it more calmer, if you will, like less touristy around the time October when you go?
That's interesting. He said that because one of my trips, I guess, so it had to be, yeah, this is trip number 4. Thailand trip number 4 was in October for my birthday. I went to Thailand for my birthday, and as you know, most people know, my birthday is actually Halloween. I'm actually born on Halloween Day, right? Believe it or not. Yeah. October 31st, Halloween baby. So I did Halloween in Thailand, and it is dope. And Halloween, they celebrate Halloween. All the girly bars or whatever, all the girls, you know, they dress up in costumes or whatever. The bars have like fake spider webs and whatnot. So all really of cool. Yeah, all of Pattaya, you know, they join in on it. They have a Halloween theme in Thailand. So when I was there, and now, mind you, Halloween, October 31st is literally the last day of October, right? Going into November. Right. It was a lot of brothers. So maybe he might be talking early October, coming off of September, because high season normally starts November. Okay. But you got to figure, if it's November, it can bleed off into the end of October, right? Yeah. Like the very end of October going into November.
So kind of like a little drop off.
Yeah. So maybe early October, and like right now, what's this, October 12th? So I hear what he's saying. Yeah. And then maybe every year is different. Maybe it goes up and down every year. But so I would have normally said in October, it's still a lot of guys. But I would say with the caveat, so not to just step on his statement and just disagree with him, maybe the caveat is early October, because in September it stops raining heavy in September. Late September it stops raining. In October it starts to get ready for high season in November. So it's still normally some brothers in October, but maybe he's talking early October. In late October, it's brothers. It's brothers. So
all right. So it might be, yeah. So from what it seems like, from what you're saying, it probably maybe like a 2 to 3 week drop off, maybe. Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And I'm looking at his other statement. I don't know if you bring it on.
This one?
No, it's saying Genji, the one at the end, at the bottom.
Oh, sorry about that. This one right here.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't matter. I didn't see it myself at the bottom, but maybe that's what he's saying. But Genji, guess that's because of Halloween. I was there
Oh, okay, this one right here. My bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I just peeped it on the side. So so maybe that might be the difference. And you're talking now. So if I don't know if you're there now.
Yeah.
He said it's not many brothers there now. It's still right now technically early in the month, right? It's not even the 15th yet. So
it's still early, going towards mid, but yeah. So it's kind of within that drop off window of what we were talking about.
Lord, I say give it a week. Give it a week or two. It's about to start spiking because everybody's getting ready to go in November. They're getting ready to go in November. So give it a week or two. At the end of October, by Halloween, there's going to be a lot of people. Maybe he's saying early October.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, I did forget about the super chat. This is my bad, man. Let me read this one. Mr. Outside Looking In. Boss, I like this format much better. You and Kings be cooking too. Video and volume is super clear. Hey, man, shout out to Mr. Outside Looking In. Definitely appreciate you for watching me and my big bro, big boss, Real Talk. Man, we definitely appreciate you kicking it with us on a Saturday night. You could be at the club, but you at the club with us, man. Let's get it. For sure, man. Absolutely. Yeah, so interesting, man. All right, let me get to a couple of more of these comments, and then because we're almost at the 90-minute mark, and yeah, man, I want to try to pack this in for like 2 hours, man.
It's all good. Let's run it.
Yes, sir. Let's see. All right, Big Boss hit the nail on the head. Yep. Damn simps.
Damn you simps.
I go to Thailand 3 times a year. I noticed that there are a lot of fat and sloppy girls that are checking for brothers, but brothers are choosing them in droves. That ish gotta stop. So I want to hear your feedback about that. So because you mentioned BBW earlier, and every guy has different type of whatever, right? I personally don't like BBWs. Like, I like thick, but it gotta be like, I like slim thick. I'm not even gonna hold you. I like slim thick. like every chick that I've wifed up, like took seriously, has been slim thick. You know what I mean? So now, if a chick is like the sloppy looking chicks, right? Because like I've looked on your Instagram and I saw like some of the chicks that you've had on there, nice body, well proportioned, you know what I mean? Not looking crazy, you know what I mean? Right. So I think that there are some guys who just may be just happy to be outside, and then like they're getting the attention because, as you said, getting your ego stroked, right? And so this chick, she may not be the best looking. She's probably like a 3 or 4, 304.
3, oh man,
304. That double entendre. But anyway, right? So she's saying she likes him and all that. Not looking good at all. Do you think that some of these guys are falling for that game because this chick, she can't get any other guy? So she has to latch on to what she can latch on to, and these guys are falling for it.
Yeah, well, you know what? In that situation, both parties are guilty. So earlier in the show, you asked me what was the percentage based on the guy and the girl for us, the simping and the overpricing, and I said it's mostly on the guy and the girl. And this one is about 50-50 because or 60-40 on the girl, because this is what happens. As some of those girls, because they party hard, they drink a lot, they always partying, they eat crazy, they eat a lot of carbs, they eat like crazy, and they drink a lot. That party life can wreck your body, as some girls get older, as those 19, 20-year-old, 25-year-old girls are turning to 30 and 35.
Yeah, the body don't snap back like that.
It doesn't. And so what happened is the white boys, the white guys, the Europeans, the white guys normally don't go for that. The white guys don't play that. You know, they traditionally like, you know, the classical skinny or slender Thai woman. Not even really the slim thick, not even the slim thick or the slim goody. They like the little ones for the most part. The little ones with a pretty face. So as the girls get bigger, then unfortunately, the girls know that the brothers will always take them. And a lot of times because the brothers like thick anyway. And so you can look at it as the brothers from over here dealing with not all, but the average or many American women nowadays. We know that obesity is a thing here in the States. Mm-hmm. A lot of women, a lot of U.S. women are obese. A lot of U.S. men are obese, right? Let's keep it balanced. But a lot of U.S. women are obese. They're overweight. You know, they don't work out. And so you have a lot of big women. So you go overseas, you just get a big Thai. You get a big Thai girl, but she have a better attitude, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of both. It's kind of both. They deserve each other. So as some of these Thai girls get bigger, their options with the other races narrow down. The white boys don't want them. Sometimes then the Russians don't want them. The Arabs don't want them. The Pakistanis, the Indian dudes might or might not want them. But the brothers, not all, but the brothers pretty much take them. And so what happens is, and I hear this in the groups because I'm in a lot of Thailand travel groups. And so even then, it's like a mixed bag within the group. So you have the guys, you have some of these black travelers in a Thailand group actually complain about that. They say, man, how come when I'm over there, the bigger Thai chicks or the BBW Thai chicks or, you know, or the kind of the heavier Thai chicks, they hit on me expecting all black guys are going to like them because a lot of other black guys like them. Hell, I like what the white boy like. I like them little. So, so the thing on that is just going to be a lot of differences. I get it. So this guy, Ron Saluki, he would be one of the type that I hear all the time in the groups that complain about that. And unfortunately, this is what it is. Because a lot of guys, I hear it all the time. They say, man, I want to get what the white boys get. How come we don't get the pick of the litter? When the girls get big, then they come checking for us. So unfortunately, it's a lot of that. It is a lot of that. That being said, brothers can pretty much get what you want. Especially if you're in shape and paying the money. So it's a weird dynamic, man. It's a big giant playground. It's so many women. It's so overly saturated that you can always get what you want, man. So I don't really see, my opinion, I don't really see guys, shout out to him, I don't really see guys complaining in a place like Thailand. For you to complain in Thailand, to me, for you to complain in Thailand will be like going to a smorgasbord or all you can eat type buffet and saying there's not enough food. I mean, what do you mean there's not enough food? Do you know where you at? Okay. Then just go over there. Okay, then just go over there and just go over there. Right. So I don't know but and still I hear it all the time. Guys all the time in my groups, man, how come the brothers only get, but it's not only get. The brothers, we can pretty much get what we want. But I will say, to be honest, there is a real thing of a lot of the bigger, heavier Thai chicks all gravitate to brothers. And some of the brothers don't like that because a lot of brothers don't like that stereotype. Like, don't come at me just because I'm black. Just because I'm black, don't bring your big ass over here to me. just because the white boy don't want you, don't come over here to me.
Right.
But like 75% of the time, our brother will take her though. See, so he would be the minority of the brothers who don't want it. So it's crazy, man. It's fun. It's a fun problem to have, man. Thailand is just so much fun. And I guess it's so easy. It's like playing a game on easy mode that guys look for things to complain about because it's just too easy.
I got you.
It's too easy to win in Thailand, and it's so easy. Guys start getting nitpicky and just having things to complain about.
I see.
And that's real talk.
And
oh,
that's
man.
that's a valid point though. I like that. That's a valid point because I think I think because I hear like so many things. I've heard from expats. I heard from vacationers. I've heard from guys who have actually been in committed relationships. I heard from guys who bust it up, as you would say. You know what I mean? Like I've heard from
man,
I've heard from I've heard from the whole melting pot. But the main consensus is that like you will get whatever it is that you want in the country of Thailand.
Bam! Right there, Kings, that's a bar. I would say that more than any other country, probably second to, in that regard, Brazil is right behind it. But what you just said is a bar that need to be clipped. Thailand, you can literally get anything you want. Even if it is a lady boy, right? You can get anything you want in Thailand.
In Avengers Infinity War, shout out to my man, Black RP Black Panther. No, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here. Right. So Thailand is literally, like I said a long time ago, when I was still really enamored with Thailand after my first and second trip.
Yeah,
I said this, and a lot of my my original day one people still remind me. I said this. Said, boss, I said, remember you said going to Thailand is like going to Narnia. It's like going in that closet portal to go to Narnia.
Yeah,
it's really like that, man. Thailand is almost magical. It's almost magical. It seemed like it shouldn't exist. It's just ridiculous. It's a reason why Thailand is the number one. Okay, I'm saying on your channel, it is what it is. Sex spot on earth. It literally, you can Google it. Number one. Out of 195 countries, Thailand is number one sex spot on earth, on planet Earth. Number one. It's a reason why.
Yeah.
Does that make it perfect? No, because even with that, even with that will come some other stuff too, right?
Yeah.
But you just got to navigate through the other stuff to get to the good stuff, and you can literally find any and everything you want in Thailand.
I mean, I think no place is perfect, right? No place in the world is perfect, right? So even for the critics and the critics who criticize people who travel and say, well, you could find a woman in the States, or even for guys who travel, guys who've been to Thailand, Colombia, Brazil, Ghana, Kenya, wherever. I hear critiques about every country. There's not one country that I know someone who's traveled to that I haven't heard not one critique, whether it be the food, whether it be the weather, whether it be some of the women, whether it be the infrastructure.
Or the safety,
Right, safety, right. You know what I mean?
Colombia, Medellin, your spot. Hello.
Yes.
Did I do that?
Yes. Shout out to Razor Rays, the scopolamine queens. You know how he said. But anyway, but in a serious note, like no matter where you go to, there's always gonna be someone who's always going to have some sort of critique. So I think the most important thing is to cut through the yellow tape, so to speak, and it's just like anything, right? Like, and anyone who likes steak, right? Like, if you like a T-bone steak, sometimes there's some fat on the steak. You take the fat out, but then the rest of the steak is good. You take the fat off of it, but you good. You know what I mean?
I don't, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I eat fat. Oh,
but
man.
you know what I'm trying to say.
I know what
you're
saying. Yes.
Yeah. So I just think that with Thailand, it's like that. Just like with any other country, man. Just like with any other country.
Absolutely.
Yes, because I've heard more good than bad. A lot more good than bad. One thing I did want to mention, though.
Yes, sir.
So I had a live stream I want to say, so we're in October. So this was maybe about 2 or 3 months ago with my guy Tobias the Traveler. And we talked about the dark side of Thailand. I'm not sure if you got a chance to actually check out that live stream.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. It's a really good live stream, and he breaks it down from his perspective, from an expat perspective, right? And so what he was saying was that like more of the affluent Thai woman, if you will, they don't really like to check for brothers, and it's not, it's because they think that we are some of the and shout out to all of my people, all the people from the continent of Africa. You know what I mean? We all come from Africa, so this is no slight. But they say they think that we are, I believe, the Nigerians, and so they think we're Nigerians. So this is why some of the topper echelon women, if you will, the high value women, don't really check for brothers, right? And so you have to really get to know them. And then when you explain to them that, no, I'm actually not Nigerian, I'm actually from the United States. And then, like, you kind of have to break that barrier. So that was something that he had spoken about. Now, I don't know if in your experience, because I know, like, you're usually out there for maybe 2.5 weeks, you're ripping and running. But I don't know if you have ever come across where, like, a woman may have rejected you because she thought that you were Nigerian.
Okay. Well, first of all, big boss don't get rejected like that. There's a little bit of cap. There's a little bit of cap. And no, so you're right. He is very spot on. That is a thing. That is a real thing. We talk about it in the groups.
Yeah.
That, shout out to my African brothers and cousins, Nigerians and all, whatever.
Yep, absolutely.
But I don't know what they did. I don't know, allegedly scamming or whatever they do. But a lot of the African brothers in Thailand has made a bad name for themselves, especially in Bangkok, even Bangkok more than Pattaya.
Yeah.
And I have seen that. I've seen the police interacting with a lot of Africans, and I just walk right on by. That's a real actual thing. So I still don't know what's up with that. I don't know exactly what those Nigerians and the African guys be into.
I'll tell you.
But African guys have made it hot in Thailand for Black people. And so some of the Thai people, they will feel away and act away and shy away from Blacks, thinking we're all African until they find out you're American African.
Yeah.
Then, oh, you're good. You're Black from America.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Weird as hell. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever that's about.
Well, so what and
I noticed that even in my little short stays.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to say it to where YouTube doesn't cancel me, but
right.
Apparently these guys are PIMPing,
I heard that too.
Yeah,
I heard that woman. Too. That's one of the issues they have.
Yeah. So they think that we're PIMPs, you know what I mean? And
gorilla.
Yeah. So because if so what Tobias was saying was that like if you're not kind of like if you're dressed like because you mentioned like the wife beater or whatever, so like if you're kind of dressed down, kind of like very casual, they think that you're on some PIMP type of thing. Mm-hmm. If you have like a polo shirt, maybe like some khaki shorts or something like that, you know what I mean, like then they'll start to look different. But I just wanted to know.
He's right on it.
Yeah. So basically,
so you need to look American or Western, like with an American swag, a Western swag, a hip hop swag.
Right.
Like especially wearing them damn sandals. Shout out to the Africans who are always wearing sandals, goddammit.
Yeah.
But wearing sandals with your toes out and just a white beater, you know, they might think you're African. So they need to see that you're an American black. You know, you're a hip hop black, you're an American black,
right?
You're urban black. Otherwise, they're going to assume you're African and they're going to shy away from you.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to QB Passport flexing for the $50 Mexican peso super chat. Says boss is in the building. Definitely, man. We're rocking out, man. We are 100. I'm sorry, 100. 1 hour and 40 minutes in. Yeah, I know. I corrected it really quick though.
Yeah, you caught yourself. 100.
You know why
we are 100. We at 100%.
Hey, man.
I did that.
You know that, man. So look, I'm gonna So in the meantime,
we can keep rocking as long as you got, man. We can keep rocking. Just let me know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man, absolutely. So I have a couple of more questions, and then I'm gonna get to some of the feedback in the chat. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna jump around to some of the comments and stuff like that, and then kind of pick your brain about it. But so I have a couple of more questions left. So my next question for you is, right. And as I mentioned, where like you could find anything that you want in Thailand. So, like for people who are going to Thailand for their first time, how long should they stay? That's one part of it. And then the second part of it is that what are the necessary things that they should have with them, whether it be money, condoms, whatever. Let it all rip.
Condoms? What are those? What are condoms?
Oh, no!
Especially for Thailand. What? Oh, man. Boss in the building with KingzNDreamz.
He said, I'm going to sip my tea. He said, what a rubbers.
You can bring 2 or 3 of those, I guess, for Thailand. I get 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
I guess. But
man, ripping and running, huh?
Ripping and running, baby. Oh man. So that's you always hear guys, and I understand the sentiment because it's a long flight. Like I don't care what coast you're flying from, East Coast, West Coast, it's still going to be all of down there 20 hours, 15 hours, 16, 18 hours, almost a day, almost 24 hours. And so you go somewhere that far away, you're going to want to stay long enough to make it worth it, right? So you always hear the guy say, well, I'm not going to go till I can stay for a month. I have to stay for a whole month to justify it. And I can understand that. But if you only can go for a week or so, go for a week, man.
Yeah.
Crazy thing, my first trip was my shortest trip, and every trip after that was longer. But my very first trip that went in 2019, my very first trip was only 7 days.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it was short and it felt short, but my first Thailand trip was only 7 days. I did 2 days Bangkok and I did 5 days Pattaya. It was only 7 days. And every trip after that's been at least 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks, or 20, 21 days. So my thing is a week or more. 10 days is okay. Now, yeah, obviously, when you go, man, you're not going to want to leave. So it comes back to that. When you go, you're gonna want to stay 3 months if you can. You're gonna have so much fun, and time is gonna fly because it's literally like Las Vegas. It never sleeps.
Yeah.
We call like vampire mode. When you go to Thailand, you're gonna be in vampire mode because the clubs, they stay open literally all night to the next day till the sun come up. To sometimes 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 10. You're coming out the club in this bright sunlight. You might get you some breakfast and you go to sleep in the day and you wake up in the afternoon or early evening, almost like a vampire. Like you go in a crypt, you let that bright, hot sun, right? Because it's hot, Asia. You let that sun kind of come down, then you get back up. Crazy fun. So you're going to always be ripping and running. So no matter how long you stay, you're going to want to stay longer. My first trip was only 7 days, only 7. Now, most of my trips are 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it just depends, bro. And so as long as I would say at least about 10 days, 7 to 10 days to 2 weeks. But if you only go for a week, hey, it is what it is. Now, how much money should you bring after you pay for your flight, no matter how you work that out, your flight, and then your hotel or Airbnb after you get that squared away, your entertainment money or money for, we're kind of combining your food, drinks, and entertainment and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that would be according to your get down. So I could say that you could get by. You could get by easily $500 a week in Thailand if you didn't like club every single night and drink a whole lot. Everything is cheap over there. Everything is cheap. It's to the point where you probably won't spend $100 every day. I'm really cracking my brain right now. There's nothing for you to really spend $100 a day on, even with eating twice a day or 3 times a day, and this is after your hotel and everything is paid for, right?
Right.
And then your company, a lot of times your company is going to be $40, $45. Yeah. So you'll be hard pressed to spend about a good 100 a day. So for 7 days, 600,000-700,000. So you don't need a whole lot of money, and there's ATMs everywhere because it's a party town. It's a drinking town. They know people run out of money fast, so they have ATMs everywhere. So you can go right to the ATM to get money, to go in the bar and buy some more drinks. So and there's money exchangers all night. That's 24-hour money exchangers. Like literally, they don't close. All throughout the night, 2, 3 in the morning, there's somebody sitting in the booth to exchange money. So there's 24-hour money exchangers. There's ATMs every 5 feet. Everything is relatively cheap. What's going to run it up, man? I tell people all the time. They ask me this question, but it depends on your get down. Some people are alcoholics and they like to drink a lot. Drinking alone will balloon your budget. Just alcohol, not even the girls. Alcohol. Drinking will balloon your budget more than the girl.
Yeah.
Food would be the least expensive, right? Almost negligible. The food is so cheap. The food is cheap. The entertainment for the girls is relatively cheap. We're talking anywhere $30, $45, not even 60. Not even 60. We're talking about average $45 a time. $45 a time, not even quite 50 or 60-ish. And then if it was 2, then that would be 90 for the day. And then with your food, not even $20 for food, not even $20 for one. So like 100-ish a day. Not a lot. It's Asia. Asia is cheap. Asia is cheap. It's not Europe. It's not nowhere else. Asia is relatively cheap. What's going to get you is that drinking. That drinking will have you under the table, and that drinking alcohol will balloon your budget. So it depends on your get down. Do you want 1 chick a day, or do you want 2 or 3? Are you going to go out clubbing every night and drink a whole lot? That things like that is what's going to balloon your budget.
So now, like, would it be cheaper for someone to just buy a bottle at the club as opposed to just buying like rounds of drinks?
At the club. Okay. See, so I was going to jump ahead. I was going to say buy a bottle from 7-Eleven. And yes, their 7-Elevens are stacked with all kind of liquor. I'm like, what kind of 7-Eleven is this? I tell you, 7-Eleven on steroids.
Man,
they have red label, black label, whiskey.
Man, you like, man, let me get the scratch label and let me get that bottle of Henny real quick.
They got it. crazy as shit. They got it. So so a lot of times that's the hack anyway, is to make sure you have some kind of drink in your room, right? In your room or Airbnb. You want to have some drinks when you have the girls come back over. So to answer your question, at the club to get a bottle, the bottles at the club are relatively cheaper than it would be here in the West, right? If you get a section, getting a section is basic. Basically, you getting a bottle. When you buy a bottle, the bottle is getting a section. And, especially if you got a couple of bros that's going to chip in on it with you or whatnot.
Right.
That can be, but you know, the drinks bottom, and it depends what you drink, right? Everything is so relative. It depends what you drink. So to answer your question, that's about even. If you say if you buy a bottle every time you go out, you buy a bottle and you get a section. If you with your bros to kind of break it down, that helps a lot.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like usually we had went to in August we went to Petronio Alvarez in Colombia, Cali, Colombia, which is the Afro Colombian Fest. Like, I mean, it was literally like 100 of us. You know what I mean? Wow. All collectively, we were deep.
Yeah, right.
But the thing was that Flyboy and I, like every, we went out probably like 3 nights back to back to back. But like it was like 5 or 6 of us.
That sounds like Flyboy. Hey, I party with Flyboy in Mexico, and that's how he get down. Shout out to Flyboy.
Well, so and that's we have a party together, but that's how I get down too. But so like we just bought a bottle. It was like 7 or 8 of us or whatever. I just think that it's better as opposed to drink for drink. So we got the section, right? We got the section. We got the bottle. You know what I mean? We had some beautiful ladies with us. You know what I mean? Chilling. So what I'm saying is, at least in Cali, I was thinking, and I'm thinking that it's probably the same way, in whether it be Bangkok, Pattaya, or wherever in Thailand. Or it's more conducive to buy the bottle where you got like a group of y'all could chip in or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? And then like you're sitting down. And then, as opposed to being on the bar, having to wait for the bartender, because the bartender got to give everybody their drink or whatever, and circle around. The bartender can't just go to you, because then people gonna get pissed off. So I'd rather just have my section, me and my bros, couple of ladies, we sitting there chilling, and we catching the vibe.
Hello.
Yeah.
When you with the bros and when you out deep, if you kind of like lone wolfing it out there, maybe you might not want to pay for that bottle just for yourself. If you
because you're gonna be on tilt. You know what I mean? And I mean, even though I know like they say Thailand is safe, people not really gonna like try to like take your money or whatever. But
for the most part, yes. For the most part, yes.
I mean, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're from Oakland, I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We got we got that up here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I don't care how nice you are.
Right. One thing I will say that I like about Thailand, that in the clubs, the bottle, when you don't finish the bottle, they give you a little ticket for the bottle and they keep it for you the next day, the next night, or the next couple of nights when you come back.
Oh, that's lit. That's
very
cool.
lit. That comes very good, and to the point they don't care. Like, so you can pass it off to your homie. Like, if you don't feel like going out that night, say, "Hey man, come get my ticket. I got a bottle at 808 already." When you go to 808, show them the ticket. They don't care if it, who's it from, as long as you have it. So Thailand, they allow you to. They will store the liquor for you when you leave.
Yeah, that's cool. Now I know in Colombia, like they will allow you to actually bring the bottle, like take it with you.
Oh wow! And you can bring it. You can bring it back in too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can bring it back in. So like so let's say me, you, Flyboy, a bunch of us, we all go out. You know what I mean? And let's say like we finish like half the bottle still remaining.
Right.
We take it out the club. Now I've never asked like if they could actually like hold it.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because usually we taking it back because you know what I mean?
You gonna finish. You got
yeah.
We gonna finish it. It ain't no bringing it back. We gonna finish it.
Right. But I also like the idea of the ticketing thing, because in the States, like that's the one thing I don't like, because like they say, oh, you got to finish the bottle, and it's like if you feeling right, you know what I mean, and you don't want to waste it, it's like, yo, like you gonna get even more messed up, because you trying to finish it because you're like, yo, I just spent $300, 350 or whatever on this bottle, depending on the type of club that you at, especially for people, you know, who live in like a major city like Oakland, Frisco, LA, you know what I mean? New York,
Miami.
you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, whatever. So yeah, so like those cities, they gonna upcharge because those clubs are popping.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And like you like, yo, I just spent whatever, how much money? Oh, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then now you like all too fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'd rather
you a DUI waiting to happen.
Right.
Police ready to scoop your ass up.
Right, exactly. So like I like the fact that they say, hey, you know what? All right, take this ticket. You know what I mean? Come back tomorrow or 2 days or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
It could be 2-3 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know, you can pass the ticket off to your homie. They will honor it.
Exactly. Right. So let's say I get too ripped or whatever, you know, and then you like, yo, I'm good. I ain't really drink that much. Hey, boss, come get this ticket. You know what I'm saying? Go turn up. You know what I mean? Go do what you do.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Time. Now it's funny. You said you never quite asked in Colombia if they keep the bottle, give you a ticket.
I've never asked that.
I never asked, but I want to say I'm 90%. The answer is no. I never asked if you could take it out. I really don't think in Thailand they let you take the bottle out. That's why they so keen on giving you a ticket. They don't really let you take it out.
Okay.
From what I understand, but I never quite asked, but I never saw nobody in 5 years of going in all the clubs, never seen it, never heard it, nothing. Nobody taking a bottle out of a club ever. So that leads me to believe that you don't. But that's why they give you the ticket system.
Yeah, you know, but I'm also thinking maybe part of the reason why is probably because like 7-Eleven is open 24 hours, so you could get a bottle at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So like
7-Eleven in Thailand. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and
it's so much to do.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I think like there's certain places in Colombia. I think they stopped serving at maybe like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think. You know what I mean?
So similar how they do here in the States. I think here in the States it's supposed to be 3 a.m., right? No liquor after 3 or 2.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So you know, but I, you know, I'm gonna ask one of my guys to see and get an answer for that. But my last question to you, and then I'm gonna go to the comments here. All right. So what would you say is your top 3 to 5 reasons why guys should go to Thailand? Anywhere in Thailand, could be Bangkok, Pattaya, you know, Phuket, Koh Samui, Okay. Just Thailand, the country as a whole. I'm gonna make you big.
Ooh, and I found all this time when my eyes were down, I was looking for something. I found it. You don't think I'm lying? Okay. Got it on my phone. Can you see? Okay. Notice. I don't if it's clear. Lady boys are not allowed to enter without permission from the hotel. And they got like they're right. Thank you for your cooperation. Yep. That is literally a sign. I made it big.
Yeah, I see it.
That is literally a sign. They had that in the hotel. Notice. Wow. Well, I wanted to come in clear, but it's not focusing. That's a sign in a hotel lobby. So and that's the Grand Hotel. Oh man, the Grand is grand. I was looking for this the whole time. That's why my eyes were down. I wasn't being disrespectful. I was trying to find this to show it. But top 3 to 5. Well, to go to Thailand, any city in Thailand, one, cultural difference. It is different than anything you can imagine, especially for us travelers who started off traveling here in the Americas, right? America and South America. We tend to go down. A lot of us start in DR, Dominican Republic. Then we graduate to Colombia. Some even finally go to Brazil. Some guys haven't went to Brazil yet. And then some guys go every other place. Chile, Lima, Peru, all the stuff. So going to Asia is like a whole different chapter. It's a whole different algorithm, so to speak. It's all the way totally, completely different from Latin America or South America. Asia is different. And so going there, seeing that difference is just amazing. What is different about it? One of the things is, shout out to their little religion, Buddhist. The country is very peaceful. It's very safe. A lot of the people, like, I remember on my first trip, you go into a 7-Eleven, right? 7-Elevens are everywhere. You go into a 7-Eleven. After you pay for your stuff, the little worker behind the stand, the little worker would give you like a little bow as you buy yourself and walk out. I said, well, what you bowing to me for? I mean, that's literally how nice and peaceful the people are, So that whole culture is different. It's very peaceful. Thailand also, even though, yes, it is known for debauchery and fun and a nightlife and red light, it's the #1 sex destination on earth. It's also a lot of nature stuff you can do. They have islands that you can go to. You can see the tigers. You can see the elephants. Or you can ride the elephants. You can go see the tigers. You go to a lot of the islands, the island tours. Go to the temples and fight monkeys. I remember on, again, trip number 4, shout out to Miss Thumper. I went to her home village, which is Takil, right? And we went to a big Buddha, and there was steps going up in the mountains. As I'm going up the steps, I got surrounded by a whole lot of monkeys, and the monkeys tried to take my phone. That was crazy. Yeah. So it's just a lot of adventures that we had in Thailand. So Thailand is just so fun and so lit on a lot of different levels, man. It can be a family vacation because, like I said, you got the animals, you got the tigers, you got the elephants, you got the monkeys, you got the islands. There's so much stuff to do on that tip. But then you have the red light. So the food is great. Even here in the States, I like to eat Thai food when I can find it. Thai food, Thai restaurants. The Thai food is great. The food is relatively cheap. So the food is great. Lodging is pretty much always going to be on a cheaper end. So it's just a lot of fun in general. And again, on the red light tip, it is literally a men's playground. Literally. It is literally a singles man's playground. Thailand is Disneyland for the single man. Oh, man.
Wow.
And real fast. Boop.
Go ahead.
Want to show. Yeah, so speaking of when I went to Thailand, this last trip, it took 6 trips for me to do this.
Hold on. Let me make you big again.
Make me big.
Hold on. Oh, here we go.
That thing.
Oh, man, with the tiger.
He was big, and when he roared, it was deep. You could feel it was like bass, like a dragon, like guttural. And yeah.
Hold it up a little bit higher. That's perfect right there. Sorry, I know it's covering your actual face, but yeah, like people can see it in its entirety. Because all right, now we can see you holding its tail and you kind of like pointing or whatever. Yeah. Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. Dope ass picture, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So I was out there. I went on a little boat ride with my brother.
Nice.
My brother in front. Went to the floating village. out there. So this is kind of
okay. So you did do some. So you did do some sightseeing out of sightseeing.
Yeah, pretty much. And with my brother, Mr. Madman 08. Shout out to him, my brother Madman 08.
All right, salute.
At the Tiger Park.
Nice.
Right. Or the Tigers, the Tiger Park in Patia.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, you have all that fun and messing with the tigers and the elephants and all this stuff in the islands. And then at night you go to Soy 6. I mean, you can't lose. And then when Soy 6 shut down around 2 a.m, you go to the nightclubs that go all night to 7, 8 a.m. It's ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. Guys just gotta go. Tell them Jason Fentz. He's still down there again, spamming again. Very last comment.
Yeah, man, that's all he keeps saying. But
that's all he ever gonna say.
Yeah, so
but he had a point. He has a point. Shout out to Jason Fentz, man. So
essentially, man, you know, you can do your sightseeing during the day, you know, and enjoy. You see the monkeys, you see the lions. I heard that they have an elephant park or something of the sort.
Yeah, elephant park, elephant sanctuary. You can go. Yeah. You go feed the elephants out your hand. In some cases, you can get on top of them. You can ride them. They have a harness on the elephant. You can ride the elephant and everything.
Oh, nice, man!
It's all kind of stuff, man. It's just so lit. The place is pretty magical. It's like fun. It's like for real. You feel like a kid. You really feel. I don't care if you're 56 years old. You feel like a kid. It's so fun. They have the little racer cars, the little racer car tracks you can go to. They have the laser tag places.
Nice, man.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
You know, and one thing. So sorry, I lied. I actually have one more question because what you just said about like feeling feeling like a kid. So do you think going to Thailand? Do you think because you named your reasons and stuff, do you think that like another reason for like older men, and I don't think that 50 is old for men's standards, but like maybe men that are like 50, 60, shout out to Unc Taylor Made Dreams, you know what I mean? To me it seems like him going to Thailand, he seems to have found
boost his health. Boost his health. That's a real thing. I'm sorry to cut you off because I knew you was going.
Yeah.
It's been like that already. And we're just now finding out about it. There's something very therapeutic to it with very less stress. Again, that country is very peaceful.
Yeah.
Very. It's hard to describe it, how peaceful it is. You can feel it. You can feel the peace. Kind of spooky. Very peaceful, Zen-like, Buddhist. Fun. You can do almost any and everything. That hot sun and heat, sometimes hot weather kind of helps with certain conditions, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So there's something very therapeutic there. Very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So it's excellent for older people. And that's the reason why it has been a place for a lot of retirees. The old in days past, the old white men, they're in their 60s and 70s, big old pot belly, and they're with like a hot 19, 20-year-old, slim Thai chick. The guy's 70-year-old white man, old and fat, with a 20-year-old hot chick. That can help your youth too. That'll keep you young. It's
definitely gonna help his libido.
Hey, hello. So it's just a lot of good to say. That being said, okay, the negatives. There of course, there's probably some negatives. Negatives and drawbacks, pros and cons. It is far. Hello. Plane flights can be expensive.
Yep.
I can't even say this because especially if the longer you're there, the more you're going to see it. Even on a short trip, you still see it, but the longer you're there, the more you're going to see it. You can find so-called thick chicks. Now, the most thing you're going to give up for the most part is you will give up a lot of melanin. You're going to give up a lot of melanin. You can find some chicks who are very light brown, and they're mostly from Isan. But for the most part, you're going to be surrounded. Well, come on, like you're in Asia. Hello. Like going to Mars, you're going to see Martians, right? You're in Asia. You're going to be surrounded by Asian people. So, no, you won't see a lot of the color that you're used to seeing. And over time, your eyes, you're just going to always see Asian people, even though a lot of them are thick, even BBW. So, you know, outside of that, you know, there's probably a few more cons. They're not coming to me right now, but the pros definitely outweigh it. The pros definitely outweigh it. But one thing too, it is so easy and laid back there. Sometimes you might feel like you want a challenge. It's the thing to say it almost could be could be too easy. To the point you might have to just leave and go somewhere else and just come back. I know that sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but you know, it's just too easy. It's easy mode. It's easy mode. I can't say enough good things about it. That being said, man, Brazil is a very close number 2 or 1A. I always say Brazil and Thailand is a 1A and 1B, and they both neck and neck. If they were racers, runners, or car racers going for the finish line, every few seconds, one will pull ahead and fall back. Because where one lacks a little bit, like Thailand, for us, a lot of thick women, a lot of melanated women, oh, boom, that's Brazil. Right. The Brazilian body. Brazilian bunda. Oh, man, the workout culture. All those big, thick body Brazilians.
Yes, sir.
From the beach, they're brown, they're light brown with the tan lines. They almost all got the broad tan lines, the curly hair, green, gray eyes.
Oh, I love, man, that curly hair, man, that curly hair.
It does it for me. Curly hair, green eyes, light skin, and thick. Stop the show. Right? So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Brazil. It's a reason why shout out to Barber World International Zoo.
Oh yeah, man.
He has properties in both places. I talked to him on the side, and I know why he do. He got him a place in Brazil, and he has him a condo in Thailand, in Pattaya. And I said, Barber World, when I grow up, I'm gonna be like you. You have literally the dream spot in both places. Brazil, I think Rio de Janeiro and Pattaya. Yeah. Brazil and Thailand is a 1A and 1B. They're like two sides of a coin. So now that being said, I know you're gonna ask me about it, but I'm gonna jump and tell you first. I'm gonna add a new spot onto my repertoire.
All right. So, but before we do, I want to get to some of these comments really quickly. When the restrictions hit, a lot of bars had girls living inside of the bar, running on Facebook, doing live stream and creation of OnlyFans. Okay, that was from earlier.
Yeah, that's facts.
All right. Let's see.
It's stupid. DJ Pantro.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Shout out to No Excuse Entertainment, Passport Bro Podcast. What's going on, my man Rob, man? He says, I'm there in 2 weeks.
He must be talking about Thailand. That's what's up. Then you should go to Soy 6, like Jason Finch always says.
Exactly. Alcohol will demolish the budget
alone. See, he said alcohol alone. That one thing can demolish your budget. That alcohol.
He asked if you're hitting so sewer for Halloween. He does have an answer to that question, but I'm having him hold out because I want to read the rest of you guys' comments. We're gonna close it on where Big Boss is actually going next.
Oh
Red
man.
Cup Reddick says K&D, homie. Shout out to Big Boss too. Thank you so much. Lots of HIV in Thailand. You better rubber up if you're chasing freelancers. In the 90s, it was the AIDS capital of the world. Man, listen, man. You know, guys, you wanna have fun. All I can say is to all of my grown men in here that are watching, just be careful. Just be careful. That's all I can say, man. You know what I mean?
Don't try this at home, kids.
All right. So Mr. Outside Looking In actually like that name, by the way. If you're a content creator, or if you better be a content creator with a name like that, man.
Right.
But boss, how
What's
do
up?
women and Pattaya balance the tourism industry with their personal lives? Is there a big difference on what people think and the reality? Great question.
Wow. Yeah, I think he's a content creator or something. Who sent you? Or he the feds one? Man, what kind of question is that? That question is too good. That question is kind of above boss's pay grade right there. I'm not Professor Xavier. I can't read minds. But I will say, you said Pattaya, right? Yeah, you said Pattaya. Because Pattaya is really the real hot spot of Thailand. Yeah. And I guess I would have to just wager and imagine that they would have to find a way to balance it. But a lot of the girls, especially the bar girls who work on Soy 6, a lot of them live at those bars and they live upstairs above the bars. Many of them sleep like 3 or 4 to a room, share one big old bed, no AC, but just a fan blowing. And most of their life is consumed with the bar. I don't want to say indentured servitude, but they are consumed by the bar. And so contract even. And so when they come from the villages, the villages around, they come from the villages and they go to Pattaya to work, they're pretty much indebted to the bars. And the bar girls, they work the bars. And so a lot of times on the hours when they get off from the bar, they still party. I mean, it's not a whole lot extra to do in Thailand for them sometimes because they're at the bar kind of all day and night. And then in the wee hours when they get off, they go to the other nightclubs to drink and party some more. So that's a very good question. That's a question that's kind of above my pay grade. Very excellent question. How do the Pattaya girls balance tourism with their personal lives? Very excellent question to ask social scientists or something like that. I would just say, similar the way I answered very early in the show when Kings asked me, how do you adapt to the hot heat when you get to Asia? You just do, right? You just do. You carry some water, you wear thin clothes and have a towel. You just do. So how do they balance it? It's a question you probably got to ask them. My personal opinion, from the outside looking in, pun to use your own name in my answer, from the outside looking in, my opinion would be it's not a real good balance. And I don't think it really can be, unfortunately. From what I see, what I gather, it really doesn't seem to be a good balance. It's just mostly work. It's all work for them. When they come from their little home village to the big city to work, they're pretty much indentured to the bar. And they just going to work at that damn bar, sun up, sun down. They sleep there. They work there. The bar will let them go out, after the hours. But even then, they go out to go party at some other clubs and then come back. So, hey, great question. I wish I knew.
Absolutely. Oh man, my man tripping
too much, man.
My man tripping with Jay is in
tripping
here.
With Jay. Speaking of the balloon show, he was a contestant on the balloon show a while back.
Yeah. I actually did a live stream with him. Discussing his time on there, and I'm
Nice.
actually, so like they do like a recap, like I guess like maybe like a month or two after like the
Right.
people went on the date or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually gonna do a recap this week of his follow up. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So yeah, so we're
there you
gonna,
go.
yeah, but I'm not gonna have him on. I'm just gonna do it dolo. Just give my perspective. In the 90s, they used to drive taxi. Now they don't. The law changed and all the jobs go to Thai citizens. They're talking about, got to be talking about the Nigerians.
Okay.
Can't lie. I did chat with the big girl, and it was because of her positive attitude.
Oh man,
You know what?
you ain't gotta explain yourself. Big girls leave.
Well, let me
leave
say this.
too.
Let me say this, right? So let me say this, right? You know, to I understand to some certain degree why guys like big chicks, because big chicks actually got game, like, and they're actually cool as hell. But the thing is, because they know that like the pretty chicks are kind of stuck up, and they, not all of them, but like the pretty chicks are stuck up, they kind of bitchy, have attitude. So it's like, you can't be fat and have an attitude. Like, you got to be cool. You know what I mean? So no, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like big chicks are cool. I'm not saying cool to smash, but I understand, like, they got game, man. They got game. All right. Boss, do you think Thai women have mastered the art of the long game / long con?
Man, Mr.
Yeah, he's
Outside,
a content creator, bro.
he
He's a
got some
content
good,
creator.
he got some good deep questions. This one I
He's
can
a content
answer.
creator, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. This one I can answer a little more better than the other one. How do the women balance the work life and the personal life? Right. I can answer this one a little better with yes. I would say Asian women in general have this in spades, and I would say that we're talking about Thailand, but I would say Filipino women, Filipinas, even more so than Thais. But Asian in general, Asian in general, Asia, they're very submissive, they're very humble, the Asia, but I'm not going to say it's a front, it's fake, because that is their culture, but it's very much geared towards the long game, into pleasing you, into lowering you in, so they can win in the end. So absolutely, 1,000%. I wouldn't say master. They might be. I wouldn't quite say that the Thais are the master of it. I would give that probably more to the Filipinas. I would say this.
And why do you say that? Sorry.
Oh, the Filipino. Oh, because just in general, most guys who done both, the Asia vets who normally do the Asia circuit, they do the Philippines, they do Thailand, maybe Cambodia, and Vietnam. Almost everybody say, going back from the army days to now, that the Philippines, those women are very more genuine, more actual relationship, more GFE. They party too. They party in red light and P for P too, some of them. But in general, across the board, the Filipinas are seen or perceived to be more girlfriend type GFE and less fast than the Thai girls. But it goes to the country. Thailand is known to be the number one hotspot of the world. So we're going to go with that. Right. I would say that, so, what I would say, in a lot of these countries that's not America, right, or Europe, none of the first world countries, second and on down, second and third world develop on down, maybe because of money, and they're trying to come up. A lot of these women, they all play the long game with Americans. They all play the long game with foreigners. They play the long game with Westerners. And I get it. I can't be mad at them. Yeah. If I was in that situation, I probably would too. right? Why? Because as a woman in a second world, a third world, or developing as a woman, and you're dealing with a man from a first world, hell, women here in America are hypergamous. Women in America are hypergamous. So females are monkey branches, hypergamous by nature. In America, they are hypergamous. He has to be 6 figures, 6 feet, blah, blah, blah. So women are hypergamous. So let alone if you come from a third or second world, of course you're going to want a guy upper higher than you or whatnot. So one way to do that is to what? Play the long game. So all of these women from the DR on down play the long game. The thing is, some play it better than others. Some of these countries, the women play it better than others. In my opinion, from my experience, I don't think the DR, Dominican Republic women play the game that well. They play it, but they're not really that good at it. Asia is on a whole nother level. Asia, them women play it so good, they almost have you believing. But and then within that, the Filipino women play it the best. So I would say the Philippine women have mastered it. The Thai women are pretty good at it. But yeah, just in general, these women from less developed countries in America, they're all going to play up to the foreigner. They're all going to play some kind of long game. All these women are going to play a long game. And some countries are just different. The Asia, their long game is way past the South America. South America is almost ghetto with their long game. You know, they're lazy with it. They're ghetto with it. In Asia, they finesse the long game, and they can get you really caught up. But that being said, sometimes it's not a bad thing, because you got to understand, at the end of the day, nature is nature. We're all designed for certain roles. A man's role in any kind of way is still to what? Provide and to protect and to lead. Period. Provide, protect, and lead. A woman's job, she's to be a homemaker. She's to, be a helpmeet. She's to help, and she needs to follow it, and then, follow suit. So you really can't get mad at that. The thing is, if someone is genuine and someone is fake. Because if they're genuine, you say, hey, I'm mostly in this for the money, but I will submit, I will do this, I will cook, I will clean, I will take care of you, sexually, whatever your sexual things are going, I will take care of you as long as you protect me and provide for me. You can't be mad at that. I'll take that all day. Especially be honest about it. I'll take that all day. Then someone that's going to, be very deceptive and fake and only want the money and then not give you much in a return for it. Not give you much in a return for your provision, for your resources. It's still going to snap their neck and give you an attitude. Tell you no.
That's a
it
fact.
Still put you on timeout and still tell you, oh, it's no sex tonight. Maybe next week. What? So everybody got to do what works for them, man. Everybody got to do what works for them.
Absolutely. Agreed. Shout out to my man Fearless Podcast. He was out in Thailand too. I want to say around it was around Thanksgiving of last year. He was out there, and he was out there with his wife. His wife is actually a content creator too. So she's so they about to have a baby, man. But congratulations to them.
Shout out to Fearless.
Yeah,
I know that was interesting. In Thailand with your wife. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Okay,
but it can be family friendly. It's so much to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go there with the wife and kids, then you're going to be petting the tigers. You're going to see the elephants. You're going to see the monkeys. You're going to go to the islands. There's so much to do. You probably won't go to Soy 6, but there's so much. There's so much to do.
Again, like with both of them being content creators, like so, like it makes a difference. So if I don't think like if she wasn't a content creator, well, from what I know of her, I think she still would have went down there with him just because like she's
for content, huh?
like intrigued, but like
for
the
content,
average,
baby. It's only
but
for
the
research.
average
It's
woman
for
would have
content,
been,
baby.
oh hell no.
We're gonna get paid. Oh man! Shout out to Fearless.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. Yo, okay, so he says I'm formerly known as Mike S.
Oh, Mike S from Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's him.
Mike S from Ohio. I didn't even know that. Thank you for telling me, Mike S from Ohio.
Yeah, salute, bro. Salute, man.
I should have known with the O. So Mike, you doing content now? Because even looking at your little picture, you got the little YouTube. What's the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Since when you start coming with all these deep ass questions, man?
Right. Exactly. Khalif Anderson says, "Is the end of September a good time to go?"
Absolutely. Anytime after September, because it stops raining in September. It rains kind of like July, August. It kind of rains during our summer. So you got to understand, different places are different, especially like it's similar to Brazil.
Yeah. Yep.
When it's summer here, you know, Americans tend to think it's summer here. Oh, it's summertime. You go on the other side of the world, it's summer for us, but it's raining over there, right? And then when it's kind of when it's winter for us, it's hot over there. So at the end of September, it stops raining. And November is high season, so October is that little space right before high season. The rain stops in September, high season kicks off in November. October is that middle time. And one of my trips, I went 6 times. I think trip number 4 for my birthday, I went in October, and it was great. So the end of September, like end of September.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make, right? Because people need to realize, like, even though like June, July, August is summer for us in the United States, different places is cold, right? Like I'm going to Australia next year. That's one of the places where I'll be going to, and like it's cold in June and July and August. That's pretty much like their winter,
right?
So. You know, but like around like October, November, like that's when the weather starts to pick back up. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be cold here, especially for those of us who live either in the East Coast. Or the West. Yeah.
It never rains in Southern California. Shout out Tony from Oakland. Exactly. You really got to do your research before you go. The regional weathers.
Yeah. I've actually wanted to go on Halloween, but I had to move up my dates. Okay. I've been going every October for the last 4 years. Not many, but this year I saw more than before. I just got back yesterday.
Wow. Just got back yesterday. So this year you saw more in October. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I say, when I did Thailand was trip number 4 in 2022 for my birthday. My first trip I almost can remember all my trips. Like my first trip in 2019, that was November. That was straight high season, right before Thanksgiving. It was late November. My first trip was November 2019. Second and third trip, to be honest, I kind of can't remember. I want to say my third trip was the summertime, July-ish, July, August. And so it was raining. Right, our summer it was raining. I remember trip number 4 was the October because that was my birthday.
Yeah,
trip number 4, and then trip number 5 was Songkran. Songkran is always in April, super hot. And 6 was just this last August. Nice. But funny, interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's global warming because this trip I went in August. And it wasn't even raining. It wasn't even raining this August. I don't think we got rained on one time this last August. So that was very weird. But we have a lot of weird weather patterns going on. Shout out our
very true.
the people with the hurricanes and whatever. But
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Cause yeah, man. Cause like the western part of the Carolinas got messed up too. So people think like it's only Florida. Like, no, the Carolinas got hit too.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, boss, do you think these girls make money? It seems like a lot of them are on Soy 6. Well, I can tell you they make money, man. I don't even gotta be there to tell you that.
Well, from my understanding, from my observation and understanding of the workings, that a lot of the Soy 6 girls, a lot of bar girls, they don't make a lot of money themselves. You're right. They make money for the bar. So money in their pocket. So I don't want to go too far in, YouTube to talk about the business practices or the contracts, how the bars get these girls caught up from the villages, and now the girl pretty much works for the bar. So yeah, there's money being made, all right. But who keeps the money? Who pocket do it go in?
Right.
Hence why you have the freelancers. The freelancers, they work for themselves. They keep their own money.
Right.
So the freelancers make a lot of money. The freelance girls make a lot of money. The girls at these bars, the bars make a lot of money. Oh man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What are the prices for I think LT means long term and then ST short term?
Yeah. So they're starting to go up traditionally, 2019, and it's kind of holding traditionally. Short time was normally always 1,000 baht, and 1,000 baht is about $30. Yeah, you can say 33, 32 is up and down. People kill me with that, but 1,000 baht is $30, and long time was either 45 or 60. Now, it's going up. Now for a short time, they are wanting 1,500 baht, which is 45. You are getting some quotes for 2,000 baht, which is 60 for short time. So then that will push the long time to 75, 80. So, but for the most part, so again, if you go to Soy 6, at Soy 6, the bars, even though it's a bar, it's a drinking bar where you buy drinks at the bar, but it's a girly bar. You buy the drinks, you can go upstairs. And so when you're at a bar, a girly bar, think of a brothel, think of a casa. And when you think of a brothel, think of a casa, they have set prices. Now, when you're messing with freelancers, chicks that just make their own prices on the fly, freelancers can say any price. So when you're dealing with Soy 6, it's still about 1,000 baht, $30 after the drinks, after you buy the girl a couple of drinks, right? You buy the girl a couple of drinks, and the drinks are only like $4, $5 a piece, right? You buy a couple of drinks, and then you pay for the room. The room is going to be probably $7 to $8, and then 1,000 baht, $30 for the short time. So I was just there, and so my information is still pretty recent. I was just there barely 2 months ago, and so the average price is now, it went up a little bit from the freelancers. Instead of the freelancers are all pretty much wanting 1,500 now, where the freelancers wanted 1,000 baht, 1,000 baht. Now they want 1,500 baht. So it went from $30 to $45 for the short time. And long time could be 2,000, and 2,000 baht is 60. Remember, every 1,000 is 30. So you go by increments of 30. 1,000 is 30, 2,000 is 60, 3,000 is 90, right? So that's how it go, bro. Blah, blah, blah. You can give me this talking in circles. It is what it is, man. So this thing in your mind about 45, 60 bucks, okay? 45, 60 bucks.
Let's see here. What is the name of the hotel that you stay at? I don't know if you want to disclose that or
Oh
if you
yeah, I
want
don't
to.
mind. I'll
Okay.
pump them up all the time. The Grand Hotel, the Grand, and the Grand is grand.
All
I'm
right.
gonna stay there every time, and it's right. It's conveniently located. It's literally right off of Walking Street, which is one of the main streets with all the bars at. Not quite Soy 6. Soy 6 is way up Beach Road. Come down Beach Road, and then you enter into Walking Street. One half a block off of Walking Street sits the Grand Hotel. And it's right there. You come out the Grand Hotel, you walk up a little alley, you're on Walking Street. 7-Eleven is literally right across the street. And Club 808 is like 2 doors down. It's great.
Dang.
Yeah, you can't beat it. When I first stayed there before the pandemic, they had free breakfast. Oh, I should love that. I'll come back from the clubs that let out like 8, 9 a.m. in the morning. You come out the club, it's daylight like a vampire.
Bright as hell.
Go to the hotel, eat your breakfast, take your chick upstairs, and you do what you do. The Grand. And the Grand do not allow lady boys on their premises. Hello.
So what made them stop doing the free breakfast?
I guess it was the pandemic, because I don't know. When I came back after the pandemic, their whole little cafeteria area is shut down. And that's the only thing that almost made me stop messing with them, because I got spoiled by that free breakfast, man. But the Wi-Fi is super strong. Great location. You can't beat the location. It's relatively, I won't say cheap. It is kind of cheap. It's very affordable. It's like right there on Walk. You come out and you're 2 doors down from Club 808. Like, bam. Very scenic. It sits high. From most rooms, you see the whole Pattaya Bay, the boats, the big Pattaya sign on the water.
Yeah.
It's just dope. It's just lit. And then I say they don't let lady boys up in there. So I love it. I love it.
No doubt, man.
The Grand.
No doubt. Let's see here. A lot of girls that live at the bar work there. Hold on. Okay, a lot of girls that live at the bar and work there. It's a contract for a specific number of lady drinks and fare fees per week.
Girls work. It's called bar fines.
Huh?
He mistyped. It's called bar fines.
Oh, okay. Bar fines. Sorry about that.
Bar fines.
In bar fines, girls work 14 days in a row with 1 day off.
Come on now. Somebody said it, not me. So when you talk about the girls make a lot of money, the bars make a lot of money.
Gotcha. Shout out to my man Alex Bam Bam. He actually lives in Thailand. I think you know Bam Bam, right?
Does he have a club? Does he have something out there?
No, he does. Well, he's retired military. You know James. What's his YouTube name? Chocolate Man.
Chocolate Man in Thailand.
Yeah.
That's his friend.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, Alex. He does like Muay Thai.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. No, I don't necessarily know the brother. But
he got a so he's retired military too, and he got a shorty out there. But yeah, he lives out there. He lives out of Thailand. Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Yep, that's right. After September, it's basically October-ish is kind of high season light.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All
October
right.
is high season light going into November.
Copy. My birthday is September 26th, so planning a trip for around that time.
The end of September. That's great.
Yeah, for 2025. Yeah. I'm gonna get with Flyboy and figure out.
You gotta go, man. All this, I'm gonna go. You gotta
go. But respectfully,
you got kids. I know you got kids, but I get
whoa. I have kid. Flyboy has kids.
No, you got kids, King. You got them running around, man. You better claim them children's. Nah, shut out, King, man. Jokes, y'all. Jokes, YouTube. Jokes. He's a responsible man.
No, man, I just got the one, man. I just got the one. But I am, yeah, I'm adamant about making that happen.
Got to. I tell Raise the same thing.
I made Brazil happen, so you know what I mean. I made Brazil happen.
Congratulations. Yeah, you got to. Those two, and funny, those are the last. Well, I can't say last. Those are the big two guys got to go to. So far, guys do the DR Colombia, Colombia, DR Colombia. Yeah, guys got to get on the. They got to get on the Brazil and Thailand. That's next level. Brazil and Thailand. And now I'm going to go to another level. And he have a YouTube channel. Alex Bam have okay, shout out to you.
Yeah. It's oh man.
Wow. Genty said it rained a lot in October this summer. That's crazy. You know what?
Hold on. I have Alex. It's but I need to figure out. I'm subscribed to his channel, but
okay.
Let me find him on Instagram.
Right.
Alex. Jiu-Jitsu Passport. That's his name. Jiu-Jitsu Passport. So it's not it's not Muay Thai. Sorry, he does jiu-jitsu. That's my bad.
Brazilian, huh? Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Boss, if you had to pick a theme song for the women,
you know what? I'm not answering no more his question until he super chat, man. What's up with this guy? He has a question.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
How does a Pattaya girl balance her work life with her daily life? Come on, man. What the hell?
Come on, Mike. You got to send some bread, bro. Mike, we love you, but come on, B. Come on,
Mike
B.
S from Ohio, y'all. Mike S from Ohio.
Nat Diamond, Big Boss. K&D, greetings from Medellin. This is your Irish friend. Hope you both are well.
Thank you. Nat Diamond.
You know that? You know who Nat Diamond is? I don't know who Nat Diamond is.
Not really, but
I don't
want to be disrespectful because it might slip my mind. He might have commented on a live or two before, but it slipped my mind. But shout out to him. Shout out to Nat Diamond.
And I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. See, that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, okay. Boom.
Oh, this is Bernard. I know
exactly
what's up, Bernard?
Man, you guys got to stop with this different names. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Bernardo. Bernard. Okay.
Yeah, you know Bernard.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know him too, right?
Yeah, that's my man. Yeah, that's my man.
My guy. I met him in Brazil years ago. I think on my first Brazil trip in 2020. I met him in Brazil.
Yeah.
Bernard. Shout out to Bernard. Okay.
Yeah, man.
And these guys kill me with the screen name and the real name. I don't be knowing who these people is, man.
Yeah, no, The Nat Diamond kind of threw me off, but I hang out. I've hung out with Bernard a lot, man. You know what I mean? So he actually met my ex. He actually met my ex.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He likes it. He likes that Colombia Medellin too.
Oh yeah.
I know he do.
see, but he good at Medi, man. He good at Medi, man.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all.
That's all right, man. You know what? You leave Medellin to us, and you got Thailand, man.
I got Thailand, Brazil.
But I'm coming for Brazil.
Good. You need to. Woo, you need to. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Oh man. All right. So I want to read this.
Even in this Thailand stream, I think of Brazil. Those two places, Brazil and Thailand.
Oh.
The Passport Bros got to step their game up away from DR Colombia, and they need to add in Brazil and eventually Thailand. Thailand is farther. Yeah. Thailand is farther than Brazil, but you got to step it up from DR Colombia to Brazil and Thailand.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, well, the thing is, like, for me, like I have a property, so I'm invested in Colombia. So that's why
you are. Shout out to you, and I feel that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. So
here we go, man.
Mike, Mike with the $10 super chat.
Finally, a super chat. Some money making me think. You crunching my brain, making me think. You better pay somebody to make me think, man.
Yeah. So he says. Says, I'm thinking about getting into content creation. But I want to be cautious because of my management job. They can be pretty dramatic. Maybe I can get creative with it. Hey, Mike, if you want, I mean, it's completely up to you. I mean, you can always hit Big Boss or myself on the back end. You know what I mean? As you can see, like, right here, like, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. So you can hit me up, or you can hit up Big Boss, and we can talk about that, because I know there's one dude, well, a couple of dudes, but there's one dude who I like, IP, international passport, where he doesn't show his face at all.
He really don't.
Yeah, and and he gets a pretty
He
good
gets a lot of
following.
views.
Yeah, he gets a lot of views.
I don't think he ever showed his face yet.
No, well, I mean, people. Well, we've seen him like back, like, how, like, when you talk in the back.
Oh yeah, in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, but like when he's live, nah, ain't none of that happening. Yeah. But yeah, Mike. So hit us up, man. But the Mr. Outside looking in, that's creative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he went with that name already.
Yeah, and I like how you set it up too, because you got like the eye in the middle. That's
looking through a keyhole.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Outside looking in.
Yeah, man. So all right. So Ben says, I call Bernard Ben, but
Okay.
but Ben says, yeah.
I call him Bernardo.
Bernardo.
I don't know why. I call him Bernardo.
Yeah. But Ben says, I'm here for 6 more weeks, then back to normal life in Spain, but bringing a John from here with me. You know her. Yes, she was at my party. Yes, I do.
Wow.
Yeah. He got a chocolate John. He got a chocolate.
I believe. Shout out to Bernardo, man.
He love that chocolate. He love that. Nah, she cool people though. She cool people.
Okay.
Yeah, she cool people, man. Yeah, man. So all right. We are approaching the 3-hour mark, and it's and it is 1 a.m. here, and I have to be up at like 6:37 a.m.
Okay.
But I wanted to hold this last thing. So what is, for Big Boss, traveling long term? But let's start with the short term. Where are you going next short term, and then where are you traveling long term?
Okay, well, short term, far as in 2 weeks, about very short term, will be Africa. So Big Boss will be in Africa by Halloween. I'm leaving a few days before. I won't say the exact date. It doesn't really matter. We know what Halloween is, October 31st. So I'm leaving a few days before, but I will be in Africa for Halloween. Africa is a continent. So the country I would be in would be Kenya. And in Kenya, I plan to hit up Nairobi, Kenya. And I actually plan to do a few days in Mombasa, Kenya. I go somewhere. Obviously, I'm a traveler, right? I've been all around the world and but specifically for Halloween, I have to go somewhere for my birthday every Halloween since I've been traveling. That's how I started traveling back in 2018 when I got my passport in early 2018. I took my first overseas trip on my birthday for Halloween 2018. I went to DR Sasua. And I did, for 3 Halloweens, I did DR in 2018, 19, and even 2020. In Halloween 2021, I did Brazil Halloween. Halloween 2022 was Thailand that we just talked about in October. Halloween 22. Halloween 2023, I went back to Brazil. It was supposed to be Africa, but the way my money was set up, I did Brazil again in 2023. So now Halloween 2024, I'm finally doing Africa. The original plan was to do Egypt and Kenya. I wanted to go to Egypt for the pyramids, the culture, and then Kenya for the turn up. But because I just did said Thailand trip 2 months ago in August, Thailand number 6, that Thailand trip kind of took away some of my money. So when I got back from Thailand, that basically X'd out Egypt. But I'm still going to Kenya. So I'll be in Kenya. I'm leaving in about 2 weeks, and I will be in Kenya for Halloween, Kenya, Nairobi. Now, after that, early 2025, February, I'm going back to Brazil because I want to hit the carnival. So interestingly enough, when I go to Brazil this time, that will also be time number 6. So that'll be 2 countries that had the 6. Thailand 6, and it'll be Brazil number 6. I've been to Brazil 5 times. If I go in February, that would make number 6. The reason I'm going back because even though I've been 5 times, I never did the carnival. You know, the carnival in Brazil is in February. So I never did the carnival. I actually kind of avoided the carnival. But this time I said I want to do Brazil carnival. So I'm going to Brazil in February. And after I do Brazil in February 25, I plan not to go nowhere all the way to next Halloween 25 because I want to save my money. And my long-term plan, I say it on your channel, is I'm plan to in 2025, even if most likely my channel is not, grown yet, I'm going to take off working most of my jobs and I'm just going to go full in YouTube to grow my channel. So that being said, I can't save money if I'm always traveling, right? It takes money to travel.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So after I knock out this Halloween Kenya trip, and then February Brazil Carnival trip, no more trips. I need to save my money. I'm going to save enough money to where I'm basically going to fall back from most of my jobs, and I'm just going to go in full time. Shout out to the lead attorney, man. I was in the lead attorney's mastermind group. You know, he had to pay to be in there, but shout out to him. I was in this group, and he was giving me some one-on-one counseling. And one thing the lead attorney told me, he said, "Big boss," he said, "Well, I'm an attorney, and I was making good money as being an attorney. But he said, I would have never," this is what he told me, and I'm telling you on your channel. The lead attorney said, "I would have never been able to grow my channel the way I did to over 400,000 subscribers if I was still an attorney, even making good money, still an attorney and trying to do YouTube."
Yeah.
He said, "Now, yes, I was an attorney, so I had money, right? Kind of unfair advantage. I had money, so I could afford to take off my job. So I kind of took off my job from attorney for a while, and I went all in on YouTube, and I grew my subscribers, from little over 1,000 to over 400,000. He said, "Big boss, you told me you work 3 security guard jobs." And I do. "You work 3 jobs trying to do YouTube." Said, "Brother, you're going to have to find a way to have some time to put out content." Damn. I'm not making lawyer money. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to stack my money, and I'm just going to fall back from my jobs, and I'm just going to go in full time. So after I do these 2 trips, no more trips for boss to my birthday next year. I'm doing Kenya, and for Halloween, I'm doing Brazil Carnival in February. No more trips. I'm going to stack my money. I'm going to take off work, and I'm going to go all in on my channel, man.
Yo, big up, man. Because I tell you, man, and one of the reasons why I clap is because, like, that's what I'm actually doing is putting it on, putting the chips all in, because the thing is that what lead attorney was saying is actually true, right? Because we're dedicating so much time to work, right? Not only to work, but like you got to get ready for work. You got to drive to work. You got to drive back from work. You know what I mean? So like all of that's incorporated, and putting out content and talking behind the camera, like it's, I of course, like it's not necessarily hard labor, but you also have to make sure that what you're saying is keeping people engaged and make people want to continue to listen to you. oh, why did he say this? Oh, let me understand, his perspective. Why, for that. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, for those who are not content creators, actually, this is more or less for you, Mike, too. When you are starting off and and you're seeing your subscriber count and you only see maybe like one person in the chat, like it's super deflating, man. But the thing about it is that you got to keep pushing, got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And then you got to surround yourself like with people who have some of the similar mindsets that you do. I'm thankful that, like, my best friend growing up is the Flyboy Way, because I wouldn't have found Big Boss without Flyboy. I actually found, so I'll tell you the story. I found Big Boss. He was doing an interview with Flyboy because they were going out to Mexico. And what Flyboy likes to do is he likes to do, like, he calls it a pregame, where, he'll talk about whatever place he's about to go to. And due to the fact that Big Boss is a YouTube content creator, and so Big Boss was talking about, dating, red pill, and stuff like that. So I was like, red pill. So I was like, wait, who is this dude? So then, so then I start, commenting and what have you, and so Big Boss like, all right, yeah, tell dude to holler at me. So then I go to Big Boss chat because Big Boss had his own live. He was doing Friday night lives at that particular point. See, I remember this.
Oh man, oh, you went back.
Yeah, I remember this vividly.
Man.
So yeah. So after he did the live stream with Flyboy,
same night, right? Same night, right?
It was the same night, yeah. It was the same night because it was 11. It was like 11:30, Eastern, but it was 8 o'clock your time.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you went on, and then I started commenting on the chat, and you had OG Bobby Johnson, and then you had another dude from New York. Was it Chris? I forgot his name. The dude from New York, he's not a content creator, he's a traveler though.
Okay.
Yeah, but like you guys started picking my brain about, like, the red pill and like dating and stuff like that, and I started breaking it down from my perspective, and then, like, ever since then, we've always just been interconnected.
I said, this guy got it. I don't know if he got the travel thing down, but I said he got the red pill thing down pat.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So long story short is that in order for you to truly be successful, you have to be all in.
All in. And I pretty much agree with that. You can get, unless you get lucky, outside of getting lucky.
Yeah.
Right? And hitting the algorithm, getting lucky. Other than that, you got to be all in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I mean, I think even Austin Holloman, like in order for him to be all in, like, he started cutting down on doing like haircuts and started scaling down.
And then up here,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
go down here. You kind of can't do both, man.
No.
You kind of can't. You can't serve two masters. You can't do both.
No, I mean,
gotta make a decision.
Exactly. Like, you look at like Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews, he also has his MBA, Masters in Business Administration, and like, and I seriously was thinking about going for my MBA, but I'm making more money than people who have the MBA, so why should I waste money to go back to school and do that? You know what I mean? So, sorry, sorry guys, I didn't mean to segue too far from the whole Thailand thing, but you know what I mean.
That's good talk. They need to hear it. They need to hear it, though.
Yeah.
That's good talk.
I met Suni.
Yeah, I know who that is. So I think that's, if you're referring to the barber, the female, the lady hair barber that be on Zoom to Thailand all the time.
Okay, cool.
That's what's up.
Okay, nice. Let me see. Well, we don't want everyone to go. No, we don't need everyone to go to Thailand or invest in the stock market. Yeah, you definitely. I mean, yes, you definitely want to invest in the stock market, crypto. You know what I mean. Foreign exchange. You want to invest in that. But the whole point about it is that in order to succeed, you have to invest in yourself. That's
Yes.
what that was the
Yes.
whole point of where we just segued from.
Yes. Exactly. But I was seeing a comment. Yeah, that's the weirdest shit. Were you okay with the dudes in the restroom giving massages and flushing the toilet? I didn't like that shit. Yeah, I kind of had that one. That's kind of weird.
What's going on?
Right? Right? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh man, bruh. Yeah. Nah.
You had
Okay.
to go there with it. Yeah, it's
Nah, man.
weird.
Come on, man. Hey, Genji, man. It's the 3 hour mark, man. We off that, man.
Thailand, man. You gotta love it. Thailand.
Yeah, I'd have been like, yo,
Anything can happen.
yeah,
In Thailand.
I'd have been like, big man thing me. I said, brother, man, I do no type of business.
Yeah, what the heck's going on? Oh man.
Nah, but I do no type of business.
No, man. You're funny, man. Buddy, man. Get away from me, man. Oh man. Shout out to Genji, man.
Hey,
Gotta love Thailand, man.
Hey, listen, man. Hey man, listen, brother. Thank you for coming on, man. It's been a pleasure. Definitely, man. One of our great conversations that we always have. I look forward to having many more in the future, man. I definitely appreciate you. Yo,
Absolutely.
guys, ladies, I know it's late night on the East Coast. I know you guys are gonna watch this back. Do me a solid. Please, make sure that you subscribe to Big Boss Real Talk. Oakland is in the building. You know what it is, man. That's Oaktown, man. Oakland,
baby.
Oakland,
man. And like I say, Kings, like you said, we'll do this many more times to come for many moons.
Yes,
and absolutely, within 2 weeks, I'll be in Africa, Kenya. We can set up some stuff while I'm there, and definitely I have stories when I get back. Absolutely. So
yeah, how long are you going for? I'm sorry.
No worries. So you know me, man. 2 weeks. I wish this one was a 3-weeker, but it's not a 3-weeker. It's only 2 weeks. Matter of fact, I want to say it's exactly a day more than 2 weeks. I want to say it's 15 days. 15 days, and I know it's going to go fast. It always does. It's going to seem like 15 days is going to seem like 3 or 4 days. It is what it is. So what is better than nothing? So a little over 2 weeks. I will link up with Austin. And I want to say thank you for putting me in contact with Austin. For the longest, Austin wasn't returning my calls for some reason. Yeah. But when I sit Kings on him, he called me right away. So I don't know what you did.
No, I just said, yo, man. I said, yo, man, hit up Big Boss, man. He's looking for you, bro.
And he did. He did. So me and Austin, matter of fact, we talked earlier today before I did my first live. I talked to Austin just to confirm. And so when I get out there, me and Austin is going to link, might do content together. But even if we don't necessarily do content together, we'll definitely link off camera, me and Austin. So it's going to be dope.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I would definitely love for y'all to, like, even if y'all don't do like a whole bunch of content, but I would definitely love for y'all to at least do maybe like maybe like a 30-minute conversation or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But I just think for us as content creators, we don't. I mean, of course, like we want to chill and catch a vibe with that person, but we also don't want to squander opportunities as well. You know what I mean? Right. So there's kind of that balance. Of course, with content creators, because like even like in Cali, like I could have interviewed a lot more people than I could have, but I wanted to just enjoy the fact that like there were so many good brothers that were like very like good intellectually, and they weren't on that Pookie type shit. You know what I mean? Because usually when you got a whole bunch of brothers congregate together, sometimes, hey, listen, sometimes I be looking at niggas like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what type of time he on. Like, I don't know,
exactly,
like whatever. You know what I mean? So, but like everyone was on a good level. It was a good vibe. You know what I mean? So it was peaceful. But anyway, man, I can't wait to hear your thoughts about Kenya.
Oh, man,
Your
me neither,
feedback.
man. And real fast, you know,
Yeah.
it's been a while. It's my own fault, right? Because I can
Yeah.
control it. But it's been a while since I've been to a place for the first time. Well, a little bit of cap because I just did Philippines, if that count. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying. You know, I've been to the DR 5 times. I've been to Brazil 5 times. Colombia only three, and I did Thailand 6 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been a while since I've been to a place for the first time. So it's a trip like getting that first time jitters. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something when you go back to a country for the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. But when you go to somewhere brand new for the very first time, and now we're talking a whole new experience. It's like Asia is a whole different chapter than South America. From Asia, now I'm going to Africa, the continent of Africa, for the very first time. So I will be there in 2 weeks, and while I'm there, we'll talk. Maybe I can do some content with you while I'm there.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely, man. I would love that.
Definitely when I get back.
Yeah, I would definitely love that, man. I definitely would love that, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. Shout out to my man, Big Boss, Real Talk, man. Salute to him, man. Listen, this is your guy, KingzNDreamz, KND. You know, man, all things purpose. So, you know, we got to stay purposeful. And I'm out. Peace.
Oh, man.